guys enjoy that?
Bet.
Okay.
All right,
And
we're
when we
on.
left off, we almost.
We're getting started with what we talked about before you guys left.
Yeah, on Sunday.
What was
Yeah,
it?
so.
Cryptic is super excited about it.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think it's kind of a fun topic. So the topic is.
Wait. Before we get to the topic.
Oh, yeah, we got to introduce.
Yeah, we do have to
this.
introduce
Put
Hans.
Hans on the line on audio.
Yeah.
And
I could turn my camera on. It's not a big deal.
Well, we're live, so whenever you're ready, man.
If you want to be seen, let's.
Get your voice on though.
I see him.
All right. Well, we're gonna get Hans on.
Give me a
But
second.
yeah, if you want to do a little twitch.tv at Hanabyss. If you want to do a little intro for yourself, Austin.
Give me a second. You ain't on there yet.
Oh, well, he's gonna show you first.
Yeah. Let me show you that you're a real person. He's a real boy.
We got this shit going. Wooty woo doo doo.
I am trying to pull up the appropriate stuff.
Yes,
Pull up, pull up.
Oh,
that was me
nice. Oh, okay, yeah.
hosting.
I heard just.
See my
Just want to make sure I got it going. Everybody tune in. Well, glad that your camera's looking fairly good there, man.
It is.
Looks fucking phenomenal.
Ooh.
Yeah, I just decided to order this new one.
Fuck
Oh.
yeah.
Because I was taking too long, I see.
Hmm?
Well, no, I mean, like, well, yeah, but I just figured, why the fuck not? Because I could get it for cheap, so.
Right.
Oh, hey.
Damn.
There we go.
We got Silent in the chat.
Hey, Lava.
Lava's in here too.
What's up,
Yes,
Lava?
this is what, Hans looks like. Everybody like.
Oh, we've had plenty of video chats.
Yeah, we have.
I could probably throw him with
Just chilling.
Nice. Good to go.
No, Hans is pretty. He's pretty big.
pretty big.
Yeah,
Hans, how tall are you?
yeah.
Like 6 something?
Hey, don't.
Like 6'1".
He's like 6'1".
Yeah. I can still
Yeah,
take
don't know.
Richard. So, just because you're military, Hans, don't mean nothing.
it. Wrong. Anyway, Cryptic was talking about a topic.
What do you got? Wait, Hans, do a little introduction.
Yeah.
Tell us about yourself. What kind of games you like? What are you about? What's your stream?
Who are you?
Who are you?
I like games that make me escape from reality,
Uh-huh. Go on.
like RPGs,
like the judge.
shoot 'em ups, like Call of Duty, pretty much anything, honestly.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't care too much for strategy games.
Gotcha.
Platformers are fun. I fuck with those.
Oh no, I can't.
Yeah, you
Fuck.
do have a
You're good. I got it
very
pulled up, man.
wide variety of game selections. I know you do.
TV.
I'll have to wear my glasses, but it'll be okay.
I'll do.
Oh yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm pretty blind, Richard.
Anyway, we're Cryptic. That's Hans. Everybody.
Yep. We got Hans in the chat. At Hanabyss.
I care. He looks so like he hates every single thing that I fucking say.
Might be possible.
He's agreeing.
He does have a very
It's like,
resting bitch face.
damn. Wow.
Damn, you just staring at me? Fuck. No.
Yeah, we're all watching you right now.
Well,
regardless.
we're going to discuss because we accidentally brought it up after the last podcast. Gender
Oh,
equality.
yeah.
So
Well, you started.
Which I
The
want to
lady
give
herself.
everybody's, their own opinions on this before I start in because I'm disagree with it.
We'll see how it goes.
Well, I mean, it's like I told him after the podcast on Sunday. I said, I mean, I know that females have an advantage in the gaming community, but
I mean, in like a lot of gamer dudes like a lot of gamer ladies. That's for sure. But in terms of how like a lady's treated just for being a lady on games, I mean, everybody knows about the old gamer girls in the game. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you're gonna have people find out just you're a girl playing Call of Duty or something, and either they're just gonna either talk shit, target you, ask for tit pics,
Yeah.
you know, the usuals.
The
And
fancy,
yeah,
those fancy tip pics.
those fancy tit pics.
But yeah, no, it was that was oh my god, we got so heated. It was so funny. Like right after the podcast the other day, it was
No, it
like,
didn't get heated. It got Cryptic was yelling at Drew. Drew's like, I don't want to do that.
That was just for Instagram, though.
because I was talking about the.
Yeah, he was
Instagram.
telling me I need to, or she was telling me I need to do all this stuff on Instagram, and I'm literally like, I get that, but I do like 6 other things on 6 other social medias. I'm not going to do Instagram because it's too much,
Right.
and I'm going to have to do 5 to 12 different things just to get a 30-second to 60-second video on it, and it's just not worth my time.
Then Cryptic came up with an idea that she's going to run the Instagram for
Mantra. Yeah, and that cuts all that out. So that middleman is gone now. We have a Mantra Gaming Group Instagram we're going to be starting soon.
She would probably know best too.
Oh my god, yeah. I don't know Instagram at all.
Instagram,
So
I
there's
think
there's
there's-
another thing as to why I can't do one.
Yeah.
Social
I don't even
media.
know where to start on Instagram.
Exactly. Like I put like a test
They
video.
want you to do.
Gotcha.
They want you to do what 1 to 60-minute
Nice.
videos or some shit like one.
If
1 to
you're doing
60
it from the
seconds.
computer, but if you're doing it from your phone, you can post whatever. So
That's dumb.
I love how Hans keeps hitting his mic. It's great. It's like, does this thing work?
Well, no. It's that's my mute button so that you don't hear everything in the background. But
Oh, gotcha.
Instagram is really like a follow for follow type thing too. So it's
Yeah.
just like a bunch of like pyramid scheming from
There you go.
like fans to fans and shit like that.
Yeah.
it can be. But
But if
then,
it works, though,
I mean, I will
Yeah.
say a lot of like Cryptic's following comes from her Instagram activity. Like
yeah,
you can tell just by her followers with it as well. So
yeah, I was just telling her that was like a women's world, basically.
yeah, you got so many Instagram models.
That's all people are there.
That's literally how. That's like how Doja Cat was.
I don't know.
found.
I read a
'Cause
lot. I read a
first
lot of
thing they go,
manga,
oh, what's your Instagram?
comic
Yep.
books on
Damn
Instagram.
thing, you know.
But she was saying
that's all I use it for.
That's the advantage because men have it in the workplace,
Yeah, yeah. I was pointing out.
and
to-
that's what I disagree.
I feel like that's
I
base for base with the workplace.
From my perspective, it seems like, because you always hear about how women have to work twice as hard in a workplace, in a normal workplace, in the real world. But then when women come into the gaming, everybody's like, "Oh, well, you only get people to follow you because you got set tits or something. You look nice,
Yeah.
you're pretty." And then I was like, "Well, shouldn't that be your motivation to keep going and trying as hard as you can to outdo me, even though we don't have to outdo each other."
I mean, I feel like
We
that
have to
kind of like
work together
a little
really.
bit takes away. Like they're
Yeah.
like all the work you put into your stream or all the work you put into your Instagram or social media and all this stuff. They're just like, well, you get followers because you get tits, not because you just know how to edit a video or post stuff
Right.
right or stream.
Yeah, because I don't know how
Like-
to
Has a
edit
lot to do with
shit.
influence too.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
like
but
what you like look into and watch influences
Mm-hmm.
how you are going to do all the things that you want to
Yeah,
achieve. So.
you were just talking about it with TikTok a little bit ago. You were saying we should follow certain people to change our algorithm on TikTok to get more
Yeah.
views. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
that's how TikTok works. That's how fucking Facebook works. That's how all of it works. Is the
Yeah.
algorithm. The people you follow, it changes.
here's our
your
social media master right here.
suggestions of followers you may know,
Yeah.
people you may know. You may like this, you may like that. Your For You page on TikTok completely changed. Like my fucking algorithm on TikTok is so out of there. Witch talk, pot talk, strip talk, sugar daddy talk. I mean, just because I'm cleaning talk. I mean, I'm on everything because it's all fascinating and interesting to me.
Yeah.
To see all these different things that
and then you have
I
the
would
rest of us
see-
who are naturally unsocial,
yeah.
and
And I got anime talk on there.
it's
now.
exhausting almost. Ugh.
So,
Anime thought?
Anime talk?
yes.
Anime talk. I might do anime talk.
Okay, so why do you think it's so different in the workplace, though? Or what do you think is different about like a normal job where you think that men have the advantage?
Well, with a lot of jobs I've had, I've been lucky to have a diverse workforce environment. So, but I always hear my friends bitching and complaining about well, my manager, he won't let me do this, he won't let me do that. And they're always going back to the fact that it's because they're female. And I'm lucky. I haven't had to experience that. I just don't ever want to discredit anybody's experiences.
Yeah.
And I've always said, well, then you need to take it to corporate. Like if you
Yeah,
feel like
I
you're
feel like that is a
being-
corporate issue. You know?
yeah, if you're feeling
so-
like you're being discriminated, then that's a corporate issue. If you
Yeah.
don't see anything getting done the way you think it should or the way it needs to be, then
I feel like that has like it extends a little more with modern day issues than just a workplace and like what the
Yeah.
workplace is and what
then
you're doing. Like
everybody's like all against.
I don't know how many women you see out here like on an oil rig.
Like you've got,
But-
like
What was it? I missed it.
feminist, like
Yeah.
everybody's against, like, oh well, everybody's equal, you're not equal,
Yeah.
type of, shit.
Well, I mean, that discusses like the idea of feminism as a whole, and like that's the equality with feminism. And like it's like Republican or Democrat. There's a negative Republican. There's a negative Democrat. There's going to be a negative feminist. It's not that feminism itself is a negative ideal. It's that there's just always going to be a shithead in the mix.
Yeah.
Well, there's
Feminism is
radicals
a-
and extremists
Yeah,
for every
well, feminism as a
influence out
whole,
there.
because people are always mad about like feminists because of certain opinions they have with extremes like that. But if you look at it, it's literally the equalization between male and female. That's what it's supposed to be.
Regional
Yeah.
feminism is correct.
Yeah, and you have those extremes like the people who take it just a little like
So the entire
almost like an Amazonian attitude.
the entire modern day is too.
Oh well, with everything at this point, we're very sensitive to.
Especially feminine.
It's like the topic of choice. It's like LGBT. When you're on that extreme and you have someone being like anti-LGBT, it's like that you take it like on that extreme to an extent. Which I'm not comparing the two. I'm just comparing the feelings of one person. If like say you're LGBT and someone's against that, it's your extreme against that. You're like, well, you're just anti-LGBT, and that's like my instant thought if I heard someone say that myself, which isn't the best thing, but it's not also bad because of like the way people approach people about it. Like if
Yeah.
people were really cool out there, like things they were curious about with that or women, like if you have a thought that you're like
I like that.
think is like bad towards women, you should communicate that. You shouldn't be ostracized because you have that misconception. You should just be like, I think re-educated, maybe, if that's the right word.
Well, and that's
know?
what I've always thought too, like how we talked about the other day, instead of acting like a dickhead about something, just educate the person and go on
Yeah.
about your fucking day. And the other person that's being educated needs to not be a dickhead
Yeah.
and be like, oh,
Well, it comes on
you're
both
trying to
sides,
change
too, though,
your
like,
mind.
Because it's such a
Nobody's trying to change
it's such a
your mind.
dramatic subject. You have to be able to be receptive on both ends to
Yeah.
that.
I want to
You
know
know.
what you think.
Oh, what do you got, JMO?
Ah.
JMO's
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
He's like, this isn't the new Apex update.
No. Don't say I mean, and then like glance at her to see what she would think.
oh no, I ain't worried
Like, what do you really think?
about like what the workforce or just
Yeah.
Like that.
You
Yeah, like
women
believe
are
the
treated
whole. I don't know. I've heard
Toxic
critics say
masculinity.
several times that 75% or 75 cents on the dollar that women get compared to men, which is a myth. The other thing would be like the masculinity or masculine toxicity.
I just
or
experienced that in my family
a
recently.
man's world,
Yeah.
as most feminists would put it, which I disagree with.
And I mean, it's not that I agree with it anyways. It's just the fact that it's out there in the media and it's kind of interesting to me because I don't deal with any of that. I'm lucky. I don't fucking put up that shit.
I take in the fact that there's still people out there who are shitty towards women,
Yeah.
and
there
that like
is.
there are times where I can't agree with someone saying some stuff.
That
towards
has
some
to
other
do with
people.
like the management.
Yeah,
and
that's
all
like.
of that.
Well, that also
think
like I
that's
feel like
what
that gets to your individual
Really do.
workplace.
See, I think it's complete opposite. I think women in the workplace have way more advantages.
I think that again just depends on the workplace. Like, okay, imagine it like this. Like I saw a comment on it was literally like some bullshit ad comment, and it was like Brad Pitt made more money than this like woman actor on it, and they were literally highlighting a side actor, and I'm like, it's his movie. Like
Yeah.
he was the main character of the movie. He's gonna make the most money. Is that like that thing there? But then you have like you could go highlight back. If you go and look at some of the movies with Marvel and some of the female actors that were paid there and how much they were paid versus some of the other hero actors that were males. Robert Downey Jr. can't be added into it because of his experience as acting. So he's acted for so long. They were going to pay him a high amount because he was so big. That's not what I'm saying. But if you compared like I don't know. I guess Captain America or Captain Marvel, since she actually is a feminist, would be an ironic person to bring up with this. She actually did make less than a few of the other heavier actors, but she was such a heavy character herself. You could tie that into the fact that her character was added in way later, which is possible. But you could also add in the fact that like there was the push on both ends for all of that. Like
Yeah, but she
it's
had-
and Hollywood, like Hollywood, the job itself with that is like that's actually a pretty big thing in Hollywood.
okay, but you got to look at it from the stance of the corporation. She was in one movie
Yeah.
that didn't break records.
Well,
you know,
it was.
and then she
I also
had
don't
a
like her
big
as a Carol
part
Danvers.
in Avengers.
Yeah,
That was it.
Infinity War. Yeah,
So if you're not going to be there for even half the movie,
yeah.
why should you get paid as much as?
Yeah, and I think that's legit. And that was kind of an argument that she was making that I felt was a little like wrong in my opinion. Like I'm not discrediting her as an actor because she's a woman. I'm just discrediting that opinion because it's like you're in for this part of the movie versus where everybody else is if they were just male or not. But
This
that's
is
like
why
a very
it's so-
controversial like discussion though.
This is why it's so
almost.
messed up because like this ties into the whole Me Too movement, cancel culture, and all that shit.
Yeah.
And always believe, that even if it's a Johnny Depp and fucking Amber Heard
Oh
situation.
god,
That shit was
he
nuts,
does
yeah.
a job and he gets fired.
Yeah.
that's fucked up.
And she's
Yeah, we
on
all know
tape
about that.
throwing pots and pans at him and
Yeah.
his nose and doing all this
Threatening
shit.
to kill.
Yeah.
Touch her. And he gets fired.
Yeah, and it was all like proved in court and stuff too with like actual and they still
she gets
remove
the
him.
key purge job for Aquaman too.
Yep, I heard about that as well.
And it's shit like that this is why the women have way more advantages because it's always a really woman culture. I mean, this is why the male suicide rate is so high.
That's extended to a lot more than just that too though. I feel like that's not something I'm saying I'm disagreeing that it doesn't tie in like that, but I am feel like that hits so much. Like with how men are treated as a culture too much. Like
Oh yeah.
like
I mean,
we're
if
you know?
women have somewhere to go. You have groups that you can go to and even shelters. Like
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
if a man and a woman get a divorce and they have a kid and the man bought the house and he paid all this money for it and everything, and then they get a divorce and she keeps the house and the kid and he's on the street, he has nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
depending
woman has
depending on
shelters.
the community for sure, because
Yeah.
I know like we have a men's shelter here in town.
Yeah.
Right.
In the cities, they don't really pay attention to that shit.
Yeah.
It
I mean,
seems like
I'm not saying they don't exist. I'm just saying they're rare.
yeah,
Women have groups of other women that they communicate and talk to. If you're a man and you get fucked over, the other man, your buddies and shit, are going to be like, "Oh, you fucked up."
Yeah, well, good job,
That's
motherfucker.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean yeah. It depends on the friend as well too, but
we have nothing
yeah.
yeah.
compared to you guys on any of that shit.
That's also like an emotional support as well. It goes to how men are raised to an extent. Like men are almost raised to be like, well, you're a man, toughen up.
Right.
Don't cry.
And that's
You're not
creating a
pussy.
culture of that people like men don't want to show those emotions. They don't want to communicate that, and that's really unhealthy.
But then you go to the opposite spectrum, and the 75-cent thing is all about basically, women cannot strive for careers to be CEOs of companies.
Well, I don't know. I think it goes deeper with like the culture we had before. Because if you think about it, like compare our perception, our perspective to how fast women have progressed in history. We're in the last 100 years, we've made the most progression with women in America specifically. I'll bring up only America for this because that's the history I know of with women and what they've come for. In the last, 30 years, women can now vote? Wasn't that like 1980 something that they decided that? If not later than that, like hold on. This is
way
like
before. It
was
was like the
like
30s.
that shit's. I mean, still that's 100 years. We're still on. That's 90 years. So you have this culture that people are alive who still think like that. We have an older culture who were raised by people like that as well, that ties into our perception of that. So we're still coming out of like our entire perception of women as a whole, whether religiously, culturally, or physically. You know what I mean? And now as we're changing here, wait, this headset is moving on me. And now as we grow as a culture, we're becoming, it's still like squeezing backwards on my head, like it's going to come off. But now as we grow as a culture, our perception of women and the capabilities of women as well will change. Same with men. I mean,
It's being forced, though.
yeah, but how? Like, in what ways? You know what I mean? Like,
There are ways of being forced.
are they positive or negative? Like, there's a few sides of that that could be,
It's
you know?
positive to women.
Well, it's positive to an extent, but it's the perception of what they came from. Like, hang on, let me get this fixed. But it's the perception of what they came from. I know I can't control it. This is what I'm gonna have to look like.
Honestly, you can still hear with them on.
It's it slides back.
Put them on.
No, I know. It's like hearing you guys with them on. I can't hear as well.
Still,
Well,
whatever.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
I guess I got better hearing because I'm a female.
And like I said,
Damn.
I can change.
That's how that works.
Well, I say, dang, I totally forgot Han was in here.
What do you got? Like, what is your opinion on it? We'll tie it all in.
I mean, stuff is becoming more publicized, so it's easier to see the stuff that people are calling each other out for, whether it be toxic masculinity or feminism. And I think that the older ways, the older culture that you're talking about, Drew, is slowly being like eradicated and fading away because
Yeah.
people are calling other people out for, the bullshit that just isn't necessary or just shouldn't even be a thing. So, I mean, that's,
Yeah.
I think
That's all I
it
got.
doesn't go much because the myth of how women are paid in the business.
Yeah.
I don't view that as like it could be a problem depending on what business and what it is. A lot of where it's a problem at though is the higher end like Hollywood to stuff like that. But I still feel like regardless of how much we pay, there is still like a view towards women that I do believe we still need to make progression on. Like
Do you think it's a myth?
Oh,
Do
of
I-
course,
I mean-
for everything.
if I'm being completely honest about the subject myself, it's not that I want to be safe about it. It's that I really honestly don't know the physical numbers of that. Like I can't make accredited opinion to be like if I'm being I can hear myself. I don't know how I feel about that.
Don't like that?
No, I don't like that. If I'd say my experiences, which I'm not a woman, I've never had experiences with it, but I can say my mom's an art teacher and she's a teacher in school. There have been plenty of moments where, regardless of her master's, she's still making less than a male who's teaching a different subject with almost less degrees than she did, with her certificates as well of it. And that's actually, I've seen that. Like it happened at Hot Springs, the school she used to work at. They just like that school, like the way they treated my mom was solely because of the way she was a woman. And it was because the principal and the board of it themselves and the way they treated her. Like they didn't like her perception on how she did her art, which was separate from her being a woman, but her pay was started so low when her husband at the time had the same degree setup she did and was making almost $10,000 more. And as a teacher, that's a big number. Like
At the same school.
at the same school, in the same thing,
How much later did he start?
he had the same master's she did.
Right, but how
He had been there probably a year prior to her. And you can't say, like, I know enough about teachers and getting paid. A stub brought on, so they brought him on as a master's and we're paying him based on master's. When she got brought on, she had a master's. Before she even came to that school, she was already art teacher of the state from working at a different school at in our city, in our state. So she had accolades where they should have paid her more than she ever should have got. And she's sitting here making under 50 grand with a master's, with all these certificates, all these grants she's willing to get, all these scholarships she's getting for children. And,
you might be a little biased.
oh no, for sure. But it was like the treatment they gave her that like, it was insane. One, the principal like hated like our family. Like they didn't like us as much. So that tied in outside of her being a female. That was actually a subject.
Yeah.
But her mistreatment from the heavier side, like the school board, that was where I actually did see that. Because they were older gentlemen who played into that perspective. And like my mom like here's a good one. Here's a perfect example. My mom ran a car dealership. She's one of the scariest people I've ever had to deal with in terms of watching her talk to a car dealer. But if we ever go there, and we were there with my dad back when my parents were together, the first person they would look at is my dad. He didn't know shit about cars. The most he knows about cars is knocking a hole into it for his welding art.
Well, I mean, okay, so
That's like the culture, I mean, and not the pay that I think
but-
that needs to be addressed. You know what I mean?
we live in the South.
Yeah, but like shit, my mom's first car, she was raised to build it by parts and stuff. Like she knows what the fuck she's talking about. The whole reason they didn't look at her was because she was a woman, and I think that's wrong.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
it's not that it's wrong. It's just that it's, for me, it would be unexpected. You know, just because that's not the mainstream thing that most
Yeah.
women would get into.
And see, that ties into what Hans was saying as we grow and change. Like, I think one of the interesting
but-
things like my grandparents made about raising my mom was raising her how to build that car.
Yeah, but even though I'm very open about all of everything that's going on.
Yeah.
In the world and the change that's
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah, that's like a good perception.
And have
Like,
no qualms about anything or anyone,
Yeah.
any part of it. I don't think ever in my life I would be used to going to the woman first.
for like a car or something. Yeah.
If they were there together, like
Yeah.
you explained, it wouldn't click into my mind because that's just not normal.
Yeah, so that's like the culture of like almost like how you specifically were raised. Like I had a different culture with that because of that, like my experience with that, right?
True.
And I'm not saying these experiences are bad or good.
Right.
It's just your experience. It's how like your culture, you know. That's part of that, and like
It's
that's
just
the
like-
growth I think we're
It's just like
coming
the
to.
Bible in church.
Yeah, that's a little heavier of a peg, but which I'm sure there's not too many people here who are the heaviest of religion. But even then, you know, like Hey, well, I mean, if you were to tie in religious figuratism towards women and the feminism there, I don't think the feminists would want to bring up Catholicistic opinions on women because they're not very good. So, I'll throw that out there in a heartbeat with no problem. I'm sorry to my religious people. I apologize, but figure that shit out. Where they were, never mind.
Any other thoughts, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, this is your topic. Like,
Well, actually, I think it was yours because I wrote down gender equality as a whole. I didn't put down that. I put me and you
Yeah.
talked about the toxicity in the gaming community. And,
that's heavy.
and
I see that all the time.
I mean,
All the time.
Well, that's
Yeah.
the internet.
Yeah,
I
well,
mean,
that's
it's
Exactly,
the-
that's just the internet.
and
That's the-
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can understand if you're in there looking at a chick and talking shit in Call of Duty. I'm going to say that to anybody no matter what. But it's
Yeah.
the subject matter of what they're saying because they're women.
Yeah.
Like, when you look at a dude and you quick scope him in Call of Duty and you beat the shit out of him, you go, well, fuck you, dude, it's over. That's it.
Yeah.
There's not too much you can hit with a male that's really going to upset them other than being like, you have a small cock.
Yeah.
With women, it's like there's so much ammo you could use in a game like that towards women. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Women definitely
can
have to
easily
have
be-
thick skin.
they
I
can
have
hit
thick
them
skin.
harder. You know what I mean?
Well, that's just because they're behind a screen, though. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
just
Oh,
the
yeah.
internet.
They feel
Yeah,
like
yeah. Oh, yeah. Well,
It's
that.
unavoidable.
I mean, that's a given subject when you're talking about talking shit on a
but
video
not
game.
everybody
you know?
is mentally capable of hearing the things that we hear in a session of Call of Duty or GTA.
That goes back to that
or-
subject we were talking about last podcast with the banned words. It's
Yeah.
it's all about
Say
like
the banned words on.
no
Don't
using the
say
banned words.
But
But it does go back to that sensitivity of it and how certain people are more, I guess, could be more sensitive due to their like life experiences with stuff like that.
But most people that are going to go off on women like that is because the woman had kicked their ass.
Oh, yeah.
Keep kicking their
They
asses,
can't
dude.
stand
Like
getting
No, no, no.
their
That's
ass
a
kicked
clip.
by girls.
that is a clip. Like that is a perfect clip. Like
yeah, it's gonna happen.
oh, like this angry dude yells at me because I shotgunned him. Like perfect. Like oh my god.
Yeah, like somebody got mad at one of my TikToks because it was me just shotgunning somebody. Like
It's like
shotgun.
the shotguns have been in Call of Duty since Call of Duty. Like
It's like, wow.
there's a
you
tactic to beat a
skill to
shotgun.
outrun my shotgun and not run
Wow,
up
you used
on
a
me.
gun to shoot someone.
Right.
Like, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just get over it.
And if I had shared that on TikTok and I had no form of showing that I'm a female on TikTok, it would have probably been like, damn, bro, that was good.
Yeah, see, Beast Troll is right. The "and I fucked your mom" thing.
Yeah.
That's everywhere.
Yeah.
That's also the first target. Nobody ever wants to talk about fucking dads.
If you
No.
thought she was good, Beast, then how about it?
I was about to say, my mom's pretty old, man.
No, mine's a lot older.
That's fair. I'm only 24.
Yeah, I got 20 years on here.
Ugh.
17.
Yeah.
That's it.
You guys
You're
can do the
there.
math if you want.
Oh, man. But yeah, no, it's.
Wait, anybody that's willing to hit that beast, to be honest.
I just laugh at
Props.
motherfuckers that think they can sit there and say shit to me and just get away with it. I'm like, oh, well, I guess I'm gonna blast you on my Instagram and TikTok now, bitch.
Yeah, you're free. You're free likes and follows. That's really what that is.
Exactly. No
You
shit.
can easily make a post about that and get
Look
just
on
free likes.
Plink. The first 2 days that I was on Plink, which is a gaming app for anybody out there that doesn't know about it. It's just
Oh,
a
yeah,
fucking
this
gaming
story.
app. and I had posted a video or a picture, and I showed a little thigh. Everybody was like, "Why are you showing your ass?" And my comments,
Oh, I remember that one.
Yeah, that
my
was fun.
comments blew the fuck up, and I was like on
She had like
there.
68 comments in like the first hour.
Yeah, and
was
then
nuts.
like by the time it got taken down, I had almost 90 comments and like fucking 30 likes.
And it got
on
taken
that
down like
shit.
the first day.
It got taken down after 24 hours.
It's like
Yeah.
people get
Which is-
upset with that. Like
I
they'll
know.
find some sexualizing the video game, and they're like, "Oh, that shouldn't be in the video." Like,
Oh yeah,
Like, I don't-
like there was such a big deal about having women in games like the
Mhm.
character
Yeah.
and choosing, especially when like Battlefield 1, I think it was when they had a big thing.
Oh
there
god,
was a
okay.
lady with the prosthetic
All right.
leg.
That shit had to do with like people were mad about the history of it too, though. Like with Battlefield, they're like the big history buffs were really mad because like I don't know if it was sexist stuff or
People
like
wanting to go at a history standpoint.
I mean, admittedly, like World War One, I don't think there were very many women on the front
There was
line.
no
like,
women on the front line. They stayed home and worked in the factories.
Yeah,
It's a game.
yeah,
you
Remember,
know?
you got headphones on.
It's a game.
yeah.
That's it. God, you broke it.
I'll give you mine.
Yeah, it's a game. I mean, it's who the fuck cares?
You can be playing multiplayer the whole fucking time.
And shit, men
Yeah.
like to play as women too. I know so many guys
Yeah.
that have.
It's on the podcast. Every time, doesn't
He
matter
picking
what
a
fucking game
woman.
It is.
It's that it's the
Yeah.
It's
logic of
usually a
like
black one.
Yeah. Yeah,
It-
he
nine
loves
times
black
out of 10.
girls.
Oh
He
my
loves
gosh,
it's a
black
black one.
girls.
Serious. I mean, that's. I got recordings when we were playing Ark, and I was just staring at that the whole time.
the booty is a booty.
Booty
It don't matter.
No.
Yeah,
But yeah, I don't care. People give a shit. It's like everybody has to have something to bitch about these days.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean the red Starbucks cup.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like,
That
Who
was such a.
fucking cared?
I so want to start a review channel on games, and like after I play it for a little bit, have it like a 3-second video and just be like, "Yeah, I liked it." And that was it. That's it. That's my review.
Yeah.
Or I did. That's it.
Yeah.
The whole review. That's all that needs to be said. It was a game. You guys probably know what it's about. I liked it. Bye.
Yep.
But I don't see a point.
Well, I noticed they're starting to slowly come out with games with the female protagonist. And what is it, Last of Us?
Yeah.
Last of Us.
The Last of Us 2?
Yeah, it had that.
Yeah.
You can play multi.
Yeah.
Last of Us, Control.
Shoot, Mirror's Edge.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
that one was an OG one.
Good dice game.
Yeah,
I fucking love that game.
that was a great game.
It's such a good game.
Lara Croft, Tomb
Yeah.
Raider.
That was all about.
That's a classic though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was Angelina
Horizon
Jolie.
Zero. Dawn.
Polygonal pyramid titties.
I mean, I would say
Angelina
that was
Jolie
kind of
face.
like one of the first few games, like Tomb Raider and shit. Like we were one of the first few games.
Horizon
you
Zero
could play
Dawn,
as the
yeah.
female.
Someone brought that up.
protagonist.
Yeah, I mean, there
That was a great one.
Several different players that you.
Any
could
custom
You know,
character game you could play as a girl. Skyrim.
Yeah, but even earlier,
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
like old school Final Fantasy, like every once
Yeah.
in a while they would have missions where you're still you have the main
Perfect Dark and stuff.
character, but yeah, you still are playing with Tifa or whoever
Yeah.
on the game, and that's just it's always been a thing. Really. There's never been sure there's games that only have men in them or
Yeah.
being type humanoid creatures, but we don't know if like every alien in fucking No Man's Sky is a woman or not.
Yeah, No Man's Sky was nuts about it too, because the way they did the customization for it, like we didn't even have that at first.
Yeah.
That wasn't there until like what, a year later.
Yeah.
So, and then when it does, it was like you had like these beings that were like ascendant, like a floating orb, just doing this shit.
Right.
You're like, what the fuck even is that?
I
You know, like
does that offend electricity?
Mhm.
Because that's what it is. I don't know.
it's not the right voltage. I'm offended.
Damn.
I don't know. I don't understand why.
I for especially for like a shooter game where you're gonna have people playing as it, and like if you look at the subject matter of the argument they were making with Battlefield 1 specifically was like, well, there weren't women on the first lines in history. It's a Battlefield 1 game. Who gives a fuck? And women are playing it. Why not give them a fucking character to play? Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
They
you
were
can
ma-
play as a black
and they were
Nazi
well,
too.
they were mad because there was like a woman on the cover with a robotic arm for Battlefield 1, and they're like, there wasn't robotics back then. There weren't women on the front lines back then. Like, I'm like, it's a fucking
That was
shooter
5.
game. That was 5. I don't trash. Battlefield 5
Yeah.
wasn't it garbage? Yeah,
They both kind of were.
don't care.
Battlefield has been garbage since Battlefield 3.
Oof.
Battlefield 4
4.
could be an easy exception.
Battlefield 4 was awesome.
What did he just say?
He said that
What?
Battlefield has been
Oh
garbage
no,
since 3.
no, you just
Nah,
didn't.
yeah, I'm not
Battlefield
with
4
that.
was okay.
Battlefield
but
4 was
Yeah,
awesome.
no.
Battlefield 4 was OG.
Was that
Good
shit.
shooter.
Actually,
I just didn't care for it.
I almost want to get it.
Battlefield 4? Oh, it's so good. You just might go into a server now and get like grenade shooting hackers and stuff like
It's
that.
just what
Like,
was funny.
it's like joining like a
You
Call of
get
Duty
in
4
this lobby
lobby.
and they're like, oh,
Going back to GTA.
No shotguns.
hackers.
they were saying you get it, and they're sitting over here using a fucking shotgun.
You can do like a
God
private server for GTA with mods.
God
so.
damn.
No.
But yeah, it
Scratch
was
that.
fun.
I do remember liking Hardline too. Whenever I played that on my friend's console, I was like, you know what, this is actually.
You just
kinda
said Hardline to
decent.
compare
It
to
was more
Battlefield 4
arcadey.
though.
It's way
Hardline.
more arcadey.
Hardline was
for
the one
sure.
where you use the cops and robbers.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to. Do
Yeah.
I'll let it go. They're older games, but
Off the island.
I'm subtly offended. Triggered.
No, Hardline wasn't horrible. I didn't play it enough,
I like the Hardlines, but I loved 4.
but 4 was.
Well, I just hate the whole setup of Battlefield on PC. It's easier for consoles to just jump into a game, but you have to use Origin's like browser and then try and log into a server, and then everything's locked behind, paywalls for the better weapons and shit like that.
The newer
That's
Battlefields,
stupid.
yeah.
Shoot, it was one like in 2000.
And Battlefield 4 did
I think
actually start to
after
get
like
like
a
that as
few
well.
years, they released it and made like all the DLCs.
I will say, I mean, like Battlefield 4, they did it
Like, all
later.
the-
But if you look at Battlefield 4
DLCs.
and you look at like the fact, like the DAD 12, that shotgun was awesome, but it was locked behind a DLC. That's not. I don't like that practice in a game myself. Like,
Oh,
I,
of course not.
and they only did that with like 3 or
If
4
it's-
guns in that game. But do
If
what?
it's strictly cosmetic, then it's fine. you
Yeah.
know? But if it's going to give you an advantage over other people just because you paid an extra 10, 15, 20 bucks, like that kind of makes it a shit game to me. So
I mean, you could add that into like Call of Duty, like in Call of Duty Cold War, right? Which I think they've fucked with it a lot more now. But they have like the what is it called? The matchmaking algorithm of like if you were to go and spend money in the store, they're gonna put you with people with a lower KD just because you spent money in the store, like some shit like that. Like that was like
is that
a huge
actually
thing.
a thing though?
Jin and Sledge were explaining that to me, and that it was pretty big on
Oh,
like
really?
a thing right now. Which here recently, I'm pretty confident they've just turned skill-based matchmaking off in Cold War.
I think that's what most
Like
streamers
I don't,
are
I've been
experiencing.
getting into games with people who are like
skill based.
I'm not world class in Call of Duty. I would say at most I'm just good at Call of Duty Cold War. But like when you're sitting there and I'm dealing with like this dude who's moving like he's like "Arr!" when he turns his gun or some shit, I don't need to be playing against like this. It's just not fair. You know, that's just not. It's not even fun for me anymore. So that's that shit. I'm like, whoa. But if you're doing skill based matchmaking for like, oh, this dude bought all these skins and shit. Let's put him against people who suck so he has a better time. What the fuck?
Do you have your speakers on?
Oh, we're getting like an echo.
Ah.
Could have been me. I don't know.
Echo?
I don't know.
I don't hear it anymore.
Yeah, I don't hear it either.
Damn.
I don't know. 2142 is best.
Hmm?
Origin System's fine on PC. Fuck you, dude.
I felt like he was sitting here while I was talking this whole time. Like, man,
Master Race forever.
He was holding that in.
that's I can't
The
even.
only thing I
oh.
remember, I don't know anything you said, Drew.
He was completely tuned out.
Yeah,
We had lost Richard.
It's like he goes for like 3 hours.
Malfunction.
Well, you gotta just be like, hey, stop. I won't get offended.
Can't.
Next topic.
That would
You gotta do it more aggressive than.
offend you or her.
Eh. Telling me to shut up isn't gonna get me too much.
Did we have a good day if somebody didn't get offended? Absolutely not. No.
You ever laugh, huh?
Oh,
Never.
just punched my mic. I'm sorry.
Not really.
Eventually, I'll get you. I'll say something.
Mhm.
You'll-
He knows you're trying now. Now he's just not.
Oh, you're one of those people. I can't get it, but I was in the military. Congratulations.
I don't know about that, but you might be delving a little too deep, Richard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, more of just like the principle of I'm just not gonna laugh at what he says now.
Oh,
Honestly,
do it.
it's kind of a little hard to hear Richard through all of you guys. Like you're the weakest one out of all of them.
The weakest link.
The
Nice.
weakest link. I wasn't trying to make it like that, but
We found
Take
the
it how you
weakest
want.
vocal link of the podcast.
Drew found it.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know why my mic is lower because I could see my equalizer and it actually goes. It goes up, but it doesn't go as high as they do.
Hmm.
It's weird.
it's
How
cool. I
should
just have to
go.
take a little
No.
extra attention towards the
oh,
Richard.
yeah. Silent did say, yeah, Drew is the loudest. I'm like right up on my mic though,
Yeah, he's swallowing it,
almost.
and it's also harder for me because like all of their cameras are facing them, so
Yeah,
they can look at me all the time. And they're still
Actually,
on
yeah.
camera. I have to turn away from the mic just to face them.
Yeah.
yeah, that doesn't help.
No,
I can look in your eyes through the podcast.
Yeah. We'll just do
Like-
that. We'll look into your soul from there.
oh wonderful. Oh,
Hey,
Oh, Zombie made it into the chat.
Zombie.
it is. Yeah, it is definitely because I have it like right on my face.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Oh.
I'll start
Cameo.
talking closer.
Here, I'll just move back a little. Here, I'll go right
I'll have
there.
my chin
Wait, let me just
so everybody
use this.
hear me. Is that better, Hans?
Will it stay?
So
Oh
you're-
my god, it's perfect.
So you're just
Yeah,
gonna
you
put
sound
it in
good.
front of your face
Okay.
like that? You're gonna
It's
hide your-
perfect. It's actually right in my face.
Yeah. I was
All right,
gonna
I'll
say,
move it.
You're just gonna do that.
That was funny though. Yeah.
Anyway, are we done with that conversation?
I don't
Sure. I
see
mean,
where
it went
else.
all over the place. I mean,
I know.
which is cool. I mean, you guys went on to the game topics and everything. JMO brought up something
You're gonna be on that for a minute.
pretty fun earlier in the car while we were on our way over here. We were talking.
Oh,
Yeah, I had a song come on that was on Guitar Hero, and I was mentioning Guitar Hero and
Oh,
like-
oh,
talking about how that faded out. And I said, yeah,
you know how Guitar Hero just faded out of nowhere, man. Like,
yeah.
yeah, it's all
Because of
just dance.
copyright and DMCA and shit like that.
Oh,
Is that
for real?
really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Actually,
damn.
It's,
yeah.
it's all the licensing
I didn't even think
for
about
all
that.
the songs that used to be on those games. They,
Oh shit!
their
I
shit
figured it
expired,
was-
so it's really hard to get,
I figured it was
the
just
games
dance
again.
that took over.
EA and Activision. That shit.
Yeah. EA's
Well,
heavy on
silent. It didn't necessarily fade. It's just they don't
It's,
make them
it's
anymore.
harder to make because of modern day laws.
Why are you yelling at us?
Usually, it's a cover band.
The true
It's
players
like
still
a cover
play.
band that usually
Yeah.
Yeah, the true
redoes
players
a
still
song
play.
so that you can play it. You can play it on.
You know what,
the
Silent?
newer rock
Go ahead
bands
and go ahead and
Guitar
stream
Heroes.
it and see what happens. You will have no audio.
Oh yeah.
You will have no audio whatsoever, and that is
There's
why they
people
can't make
that
it into
do
the game.
stream it, but they turn the volume down for the game on the stream, and
Yeah.
they just talk, and you hear just chunk, 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 chunk,
Dang
chunk, chunk, chunk.
beast, you're
Can't do that.
you're a
That's
cold
like
killer, man. Playing it.
Beast.
yeah. I always play
It's a
guitar Hero
cold
with the PS2
killer.
controller instead of the guitar. You know, I could never like. I grew up playing the piano and shit, so I just couldn't play fucking Guitar Hero. It was weird for me. I don't know how you play it on a controller though.
Yeah.
A lot of buttons.
Like,
Yeah.
do you like keybinds? You mess with the keybinds for it?
Probably.
I can't do this. It doesn't work. for
Uh-oh,
me.
Fallen made
My
it.
head doesn't think that way.
We got Fallen.
What a
thing
Fallen.
you have. The-
I can't. My like head doesn't work like
Silent
that.
can do both.
Oh shit.
That's scary.
Whack.
She can do both of what?
She can play on the controller for Guitar Hero and the guitar.
Oh, he said X. Oh, okay.
X squared, circle, triangle, and R2 are each color.
I dig it.
I'll be
Like,
damned.
you just go about like the rhythm. You just
Yeah,
shit. Yeah.
that's
She
great.
can also play with the guitar behind her back on hard mode.
You might actually have to stream that.
Yeah,
At least
I
live
need
in
to see
Discord if
that.
it's not live on if it's not live on stream. At least it's live on Discord. I'd love to see
You
that.
play too much goddamn Guitar Hero.
Yeah, my brother got like
She
that heavy
plays
too, man.
everything.
Oh,
And she does excellent at everything.
she said, "Yo,
Yeah.
Yo,
yeah." Well, goddamn.
But yeah, that game faded out, and yeah, I was kind of sad because
and then we have Beat Saber.
Beat Saber.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
that's
Yeah.
like the
Ali's
new-
played.
Oh, yeah.
Ali's fucked with that.
Yeah, that's the
You have a
VR.
VR, Hans?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a VR.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking dope.
What do you have?
Super hot,
no.
Blades
No,
and
it's just-
Sorcery,
what-
Arizona Sunshine.
What
Oh, fucking Oculus Rift S. Yeah.
My index will be in tomorrow.
oh.
See, I'm just waiting for that to not be $1,000.
That's fair.
Fair.
I mean,
Maybe I
guess
could Klarna that shit.
I'm gonna have
Start a goal on your stream.
next week's stream. I'm gonna have Cryptic try it.
Oh
Come
fuck
test
yes. Yeah, we're gonna just sit here and podcast and watch it.
I'm just gonna throw her in Doom and see how she does.
Oh
Oh
shit.
fuck. Yeah, right.
That's gonna be
Oh, God.
yeah. That's
You're gonna get her on Doom. I would love to see that.
Yeah,
Oh,
Wait, what?
shit.
That's
She was
great.
Screaming.
That's that fast pace too for Cryptic is gonna be hilarious.
Yeah. I'm
Because
down.
that game's not. You just don't stop. If you stop, you die. That's
I'm gonna run
Doom.
into a wall.
Just run in
Great.
circles.
Yeah, you could just do circles till you kill it. For the next
playing
raid.
zombies the other day.
Yeah.
Do that.
The great thing is
She was killing it in zombies the other
The
day.
great thing is we'll have the TV up here.
Well, last
We'll
time.
be able to see her playing.
Hell yeah, and
while
her.
Her right beside us.
Yes.
I'm gonna hit somebody. Everybody's gonna have to disperse.
Wait, I will be right back.
Everybody go to a
I-
corner.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, did it go boom?
You'll definitely have to play Phasmo for sure.
I
the-
want to
get the
play
spook
that
on.
so
Oh yeah, the Phasma. So yeah,
Did you
they can
guys
see the shit can.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
animation.
Hans, did you and Ali see Mark Plyer play that yet? He put a video out a few
Yeah.
days ago. Oh
Yeah,
my
we did.
God.
It was funny as fuck.
I
I mean,
was
that's pretty
dying.
much how I was whenever I was playing Phasmo. It was just fucking, it's freaky, man. It's a whole different game whenever you're playing fully immersed in a VR.
Oh yeah.
I believe it.
I can't wait.
I've actually never played a VR game. I've only watched the VR simulators, like when the Samsung S7s came out, and they,
Shit.
yeah, but I mean, it was still cool to me because I was like,
No,
damn.
no, it's fine if you've never experienced it before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I experienced like the only one that I've actually experienced was the first dev kit for the Oculus that came out a long time ago, like prototype. And the year that I was at QuakeCon and they had it there before it was even called Oculus
Mhm.
was the same year that Carmack left. It joined them and created Chuck Carmack. Yeah. I was there for all that. Good stuff.
I'm back.
Yay.
I was gonna wet myself.
So yeah, I can't. I
Just trying to make it.
until we get that show. Get all over it. I got the Viveport subscription.
Shit.
Paid for a year, so we got like, I don't know, like 50 games or 100 games.
Are you talking about the VR?
Yeah.
Oh man,
God damn.
we all know you got it for VR porn.
That's what the guys at work said.
Yep.
Nope.
No?
I mean, that's the only reason why to get a VR.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I get too much real life stuff.
It's the real life stuff.
Okay, big flex. Shit, big flex from Richard, everybody. Damn.
I don't need.
Big flex.
Yeah.
Shit.
Damn.
But
Well, there you go.
How does
you did close the door, Cryptic. You did close the
Oh,
door.
I'm sorry. Ha ha ha.
well before I close the door, I'm gonna ask this.
All right. Just gonna ask him. Right.
Is the VR? Can you do multiplayer and shit? How do you
Oh, yeah.
get people with that?
Of course. Of course.
I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming if you're playing Phasma, like one person can be on the VR, and even if the other people are on computer.
Yeah, that's what I did the other day.
Okay.
Yeah, we can. He can like grab more stuff too.
Yeah.
He's in VR, so he has
You
more like
can-
accessibility
Yeah,
to the
you
game.
can use both
some-
hands
yeah,
and then
Yeah.
both
two
hands.
things on your belt.
While in like the regular way, you're just clicking with your mouse and stuff. It's almost like you can't grab as much stuff either, though. That's what I've seen, unless they've like
if,
patched more.
if it becomes popular enough, I might get to some quests, and
I'll have to rearrange my entire room.
Bruh.
because they
God.
can
You're gonna
they
get
can
rid of your
connect
TV or
through
mount
I'm
it.
thinking about selling all that.
PC
Really?
computers.
Yeah, it's just like it's like putting a console, kind of.
Well, yeah, it's a standalone, but you can plug it into a computer to play your game.
Yeah. It's the best way to stream it.
That should be fun.
God, I'm gonna punch something out of my room.
Guess you're for your shit.
Yeah,
Maybe this is a bad idea.
I'm gonna sell all the expensive shit in my room. It's
I
okay.
have no coordination either.
Well, I'm hoping there's a work function in games so you can sit and chair.
Yeah. Get up and move.
I mean, I know when you program it, you can set like a zone, which the zone would only matter so much, but still.
Right.
Yeah, it helps you see like a virtual wall of where you don't want to go past or like hit a wall or a TV or something.
Oh, that's
Because
cool.
I'll just do like right here in my living room. We'll push, the coffee table out of the way and stuff. And you can like lift up the floor or put it down and adjust your height and all that type of shit.
Hmm.
But I actually accidentally hit Allie when
you did punch
I was playing
Allie.
the
He
forest.
smacked the shit out of her.
Yeah.
Yes.
I heard about this.
I was
Domestic abuse.
hunting in the forest and I was trying to chase down a fucking a deer, and I ended up asking her to go get me a drink, and then like she gets up off the couch because she was watching or whatever, and then all of a sudden I'm like chopping at the fucking deer, and then I ended up whacking her in the head. I felt so freaking bad, and I wasn't play whacking, not like this. I'm like fucking going full at it.
Like it's
And-
real.
Yeah. Yes.
Jesus Christ.
I was trying to get immersed,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't think I played anymore after that.
Mm.
After that,
It kind of fell apart.
I was like, yeah, we're going to bed
Oh.
because I had a few too many drinky poos.
Oh,
Surprisingly, it doesn't make me that sick though. Like usually, VR
vertigo.
makes a lot of people sick
yeah,
and
motion
shit like that, but
sickness.
Yeah.
I got used to it like really fast. So
Yeah, I made sure that my kids, my sister has a PS4 VR set up. So
Oh, yeah.
they've tried it. They don't get nauseous or anything. So I was like, okay, that's pretty good.
Nice.
Because once I get to the living room all set up, I'm gonna move the VR in there.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
We'll have way
A lot
more.
more room. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing.
Nice.
What else? What do you want to talk about, Hans?
Yeah, what's your topic of mine? We're putting you on the spot.
Yeah.
You got a game coming out. You got
3, 2, 1.
favorite cereal, go.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. No hesitation.
Yeah, Captain Crunch.
What's your favorite cereal, Richard? Don't make that face. You made like a face.
It's Toast Crunch.
Yeah, what's wrong with Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Wow.
Just judging me on
Cinnamon
my
Toast
cereal.
Crunch and
I've never
chocolate
been
milk are
so.
the best
I'm
flavors.
actually offended on that. Don't fuck with cereal like that.
I'll hit.
Fruit Loops and chocolate.
You finally did it.
I like
You
the
finally offended
Oreos.
Drew.
Oh yeah.
All it took was
Oreos are
cereal.
pretty good. Chocolate Rice Krispies or Cocoa Puffs.
You only eat fucking
Blueberry
Raisin Bran, I bet,
Cheerios.
Richard.
I'm not.
He
That
eats
sounds
that,
lit.
Special K.
Special K.
I do.
Gotta watch that.
He does
cholesterol.
like called it.
But
Called it.
favorite though.
I gotta get my daily fiber.
Actually, one of my favorites is the yogurt, like the mixed berry yogurt Special K.
Honey Bites
Because
the Oats is
they-
another my
The
favorite.
Hostess Twinkies. You guys
The
have
Hostess
that
Twinkies? Like just a Twinkie? Or like a cereal?
cereal?
No.
Cereal Twinkies.
What?
I've seen it, but I never had it. I got.
Holy shit.
I got.
Right back.
Oh my god, hang on,
The other
yeah.
day while I was in Walmart, they had the
Yeah,
cream
sure,
pie
yeah.
cereals, so I grabbed some of that.
I wanna pull one
This
out and
is
try
good.
it. This is cereal, dude.
Did you know
This
that
is serious.
they started throwing marshmallows
Silence said
into
Captain
the,
Crunch.
the Fruit Loops and shit.
Yeah, that's too much.
Hold on, where?
Yeah, there's marshmallows and Fruit Loops now. Yeah.
You say where?
Where?
What?
How?
It's a
How?
thing, man.
Man, no.
I think it's one of those. I think it's one of the off-brand
Yes,
ones
I'm
that you can
with
get
you,
from like
Captain
Kroger or
Crunch.
some
Oh,
shit.
about to say. No, they did.
Bro, I remember this one cereal, and there was like it was like waffle, like little mini waffles, and they were like covered in all this sugar and shit. And they're no longer here probably because they had not honeycombs. It was like an off-brand honeycombs or some shit, and they probably got canceled because of honeycombs. I will never forget that cereal. It was like the
I know that
cereal
they
I
make
wish I could
some,
get again.
I'm not picky at all.
They
with
make some
cereal,
churros too.
Bro,
Churros.
Churro
yeah,
cereal is good.
yeah. Cryptic brought in the churro cereal once, and I got to try that. That shit was awesome.
No Raisin Bran.
Raisin Bran. Fuck you.
Raisin Bran. Ooh.
No, I'd never bring that nasty.
Dude,
It has to
check.
be the right type of Raisin Bran for it to
Tell
be
me
good.
more. Nice.
Well, the flakes, yeah, for the flakes to give it that.
We're waiting for
Yeah.
Richard to bring his
It's Raisin
cereal. That's why
Bran.
we're
Nigga,
still
take
on
the
this.
flakes. No, take the raisins though. Just
I don't
get
like-
the
I don't
raisins,
like
brands,
raisins
and
at
So
all.
take
just
the
get
raisins.
frosted
I
flakes.
actually-
You mean?
Yeah.
Just eat cornflakes.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
Masturbating.
Yeah.
Eat cornflakes to
Yeah,
stop
stop.
masturbating.
Oh damn!
You don't have it? Ah,
One of your bastard kids probably ate it.
So what is like?
damn.
Is oatmeal Hostess too? Their Hostess.
It probably all is.
Twinkies is Hostess also. Like Hostess the
Oatmeal?
brand, yeah.
No.
yeah.
Yeah, Twinkies and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, so well, yeah. Shit, yeah.
But no, if I had to like pick, it would probably be Fruity Pebbles.
Hell yeah. Okay, we're cool. I fuck with Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah, we've always had Fruity Pebbles.
Can never go wrong.
Cocoa Pebbles or Fruity Pebbles?
Either.
Cool.
Depends on my mood.
I get that.
Yeah.
I fuck with that.
Do I want chocolate milk or do I want to feel like, I'm a diabetic?
Yeah. Well, if I'm gonna eat anything chocolatey cereal wise, I'm going with Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah, I
can't
like
do
Cocoa Puffs too, but I'd rather have
It doesn't like, I don't like the way it makes the milk taste. I like
no,
Cocoa
my
Pebbles because of
favorite,
that.
There's Pokemon
Rice
cereal now.
Krispies
Holy
Treats
shit!
Oh, I'll buy it.
cereal.
Yeah. Yeah. I fuck
Oh,
with that.
Fallen even
I put
agrees
honey
with
on
you.
mine. Do you like get it where it's like got the sugar and stuff on it? Or like do you mean just like Rice Krispie treat, like just raw the cereal?
No, the treats cereal.
Oh, I didn't know they had like a Rice Krispie treat cereal.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, that's pretty lit.
Fallen said he
Yeah.
likes toasted cinnamon toast crunch.
Yeah, that's why we're
And
friends,
then
Fallen.
Best Troll,
Lucky
he likes Cocoa Pebbles all
yeah.
the way.
Stuff
And then
like
Silent said there's Pokemon cereal now.
cardboard, like
It's
sugar.
dude. I will walk out of this podcast right fucking now. I will walk home.
Grams are
There's
good
probably,
too. I
uh,
love gold grams.
Bella
I'll
Delphine.
walk down the
cereal.
bypass all the way home.
You gotta use. You can't use milk though.
Did you ever commit cinnamon
Or
toast crunch like that again?
Wow.
He's judging us, Fallen, for our cinnamon
I
toast
wish we had
crunch.
a cereal bar here.
Didn't we for a while?
Nope, we've never had one.
Oh well.
I saw a post of one up in Chicago. And I said, "Damn, don't make me fly up
Oh,
there right
like a
now."
place.
It would close in a heartbeat here.
Yes, a cereal
Like
bar. Yeah,
to like cereal.
Yeah.
or-
no cereal. bar
Our city is
here.
not progressive nor big enough to have a cereal bar that would
At a
last.
time, Austin will like shoot over here temporarily soon.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's do a cereal bar, and then
I mean,
they
as
have a
Oakland
studio.
gets bigger and casinos start jumping in, it'll happen.
they'll put a fucking cereal bar in
Put
Oakland.
a cereal bar in the casino.
Yeah, right.
Why not?
Oh god,
It'll be at the top of the new hotel.
They would add like a fourth bar in that place before they put in.
I want.
It's in the jockey club. You're gonna get in the cereal bar if you pay to get in the jockeys
So,
club.
if you're more than 4.5 feet tall, you can't get in.
Oh,
Damn.
fuck.
Oompa Loompa.
Damn. It's because the jockeys they're so small.
Damn.
What do you got on your topic list, scripted? What else we got?
Um,
You said cereal.
what if there's a
I was
twisted?
okay with it.
What if somebody made a twisted tea cereal now?
Should we lost it? Let me see this topic list. Let me see this.
Well, then I looked down and I
It'd smack
put the
you in the face with some flavor, bro.
yes. Well, no, I said that because I put the twisted tea guy on my list. I love that video so much. He just
Oh my
like,
god, dude.
wham, cracked him
I can't
up
do
the
caramel.
side of his knob. You want to? See? Okay,
Here, let me see it. Let's
Front and
see.
back
I'm
match.
gonna choose off the list this time.
go for it.
They have to have something else to argue about.
We can totally do that.
We did one of these.
Let's
Are you on the very bottom one?
no, I just been jumping all around. That page also flips over. There's not just
We have a
that.
list of topics.
There's all that too.
We did the Mandela effect.
No, we didn't.
We did it?
We mentioned it, but we didn't discuss it.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
we did.
I don't really know much about it, so Mandela effect.
Okay.
Explain.
We kind of went over it. We didn't go over it full.
We like touched it, and that was probably. I think you guys honestly messed with it.
Because we were talking about the Matrix.
Right.
And you guys messed with it on your Thursday stream
You
with
know what the Mandela effect is?
Yeah, it's when like people remember a certain event, but it's actually way different than from what their nostalgia tells them. Like the Berenstein and Berenstein Bears, the
Yeah.
whole Mandela incident. Yeah.
Yeah, but the main theory behind it is that you're actually remembering it from a different reality, like the multiverse theory, almost.
Yeah.
Which is what we never got into. We just got into like the things that were considered Mandela effect.
Yeah, like I saw a whole post one day that brought up Fruit of the Looms, the Berenstein Bears.
What's the Fruit of the Looms
It's the
one?
grapes, right?
Yeah, it's like
That
the
there was a
grapes.
the stock or whatever the fuck it's called. The I don't know what the hell it's
Dick?
called.
Yeah, I know what you're talking. I'll show you.
You're talking about the underwear,
It's like
right?
a cone.
But their symbol,
yeah.
their logo. It's all these logos that we've seen
Yeah.
throughout life, and then we see them again as we're older, and we're like, didn't that look different when we were kids?
Yeah, it's like what he's talking about, the count thing. It's like it's almost like what you would see in harvest time. Like where
I'm
it's
gonna,
like
I'm
the
definitely.
wheat cone thing with like the
It's like a little
shit
cone
coming out of it.
basket.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not there though
Uh-huh.
in the logo. And
What if they just like? How's it? It's gone. Like they ixnayed it, so the camera can see my little hand motion.
That thing,
They were like, "Nah, fuck
that
it."
little cone looking thing.
Okay. Well,
So when people look at it now, it's not
so
there.
okay, wait. Now here's where I'm trying to grasp, right? So y'all woke up one day and just saw that there wasn't a basket behind this fruit and called it the Mandela effect. Is that what you're telling me?
Well, a lot of people.
I'm not judging the Mandela effect, but I just mean this Fruit of the Loom subject specifically.
Okay, so like this says subject specifically, if somebody would draw it,
Yeah.
they would draw the cone, and the other people would be like, "Well, why are you drawing the cone?" And they're like, "Because I
Oh,
remember the
okay.
cone being
It's
there."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like I get the Mandela effect with the Berenstein and the like it's the Bernstein and the Berenstein Bears or something. I remember that one, and for me it was the Berenstein
Well,
Bears. But
There's also lines from like cinema or like even music that people don't remember correctly.
Mhm.
Like, Luke, I am your father. Like, that's super famous, right? Well, it's actually not that. It's like, I am your father, Luke, or some weird shit. Like,
He just says
Just
no.
not
I am
what he
your
said.
Father. He never.
and
Oh,
Luke,
that's
Father
right.
Luke. Yeah.
Yeah, Star Wars junkie. Sorry. But no, the what was it? We're the champions. Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, clap.
The original. He doesn't say of the world at the end of it.
I don't know. I fuck with Queen. I know the song, but yeah, and I remember the ending too. I don't remember it not having that though. I will say that.
Yeah.
That's
The
hardcore. Okay.
live version has it.
Yeah.
The original version doesn't. So everybody.
It's the best way to listen to Queen is
you
the
know,
live
It's
version.
kind of
anyway.
a stupid one because everybody says that,
Yeah. Well, that could be like I don't know. That's just like maybe he like was live and just I don't know pop that in there.
Yeah, but he says it at the middle of the song too, so it's kind of a dumb one.
Yeah.
Okay, the first time he goes through the chorus and he sings that part,
See,
and he does say
here's one like that.
Oh, the Looney Tunes one.
Yeah.
What?
there's a Looney Tunes one.
Yeah, Looney Tunes is spelled Tune or T.
Oh, TOON.
Yeah.
Oh
There's-
shit.
This is a whole.
That's
this is
actually-
what I was
oh, wait,
hoping
yeah,
to
here,
bring
show.
up because this is something that I found a while back.
Dude.
Scroll through there. I mean,
it's TUNES, right?
Yeah, but it was either T. I honestly, I think I remember L or TOON.
I remember TOON as well.
I do.
But I mean,
But
just
Show
like,
Jama,
let me see.
and then probably someone hold it up for a camera. I think.
Yeah, that's
Like, which do you remember for Looney Tunes? Looney Tunes,
That's Tunes.
TUNES or
Tuning in.
TOON?
Right. Not like
Not
cartoons.
I don't know.
Yeah, see, for me it was always TOON because like
Yeah,
it was like
there it
we
goes.
looked at it when we were younger.
So yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's just things like that, and that's the whole part of the Mandela effect. There might be people out there that are like, "Oh fuck no, I saw it as TUNES," and
Yeah.
then we're like, "No, you didn't," and they're
So-
like, "Yeah, you
Race
did."
war.
The main premise of all of this is multiverse theory. So there's unlimited worlds out there and unlimited universes to where our consciousnesses are traveling in between.
Oh yeah.
So what we remember as a kid,
Yeah.
From
it
Breeze
was a
Bottle.
thing in that universe.
But since we've rotated so much with different, like, oh, that's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is kind of fucking nuts.
Oscar Mayer with an E or an A.
Oscar Mayer?
Yeah, like Oscar Mayer.
See, that's another one I feel like I would have to have seen.
No, in the middle of it.
I always thought it was E.
What if there were people who were like, the old guy was never in the commercial for
Diabetes.
no, for Six
Six
Flags.
Flags.
Diabetes. We were just talking about last podcast. Yeah. The Sunday one.
Diabetes.
Diabetes. And the entire topic is derailed now.
I want to say it's E.
I'd have to have seen that one.
There's one that shows with an A.
That-
But I think I've seen it.
Oh, we got one for Richard. See, that's how I felt about the Tunes one. The Tunes one kind of fucked me up.
No, a really big one of that is Shazam.
What do you mean, like the hero?
Sinbad, no,
Oh, yeah.
like
remember that.
Shazam the genie with fucking Shaquille O'Neal was in it, but
Mhm.
everybody thought it was Sinbad, who is like what a comedian? No, he's a fucking basketball player or some shit.
Shaquille O'Neal. But
Yeah, Shaq's a basketball player.
Yeah.
Sinbad's a comedian.
yeah.
Okay, I had it right.
Which one was that?
Shazam. Shaq made a movie, Shazam, and everybody thought it was Sinbad that actually made it.
Oh, here's a Star Wars one for you. Everybody swears that
Oh yeah,
the Silver Lake.
His leg
Yeah,
is red.
this one.
Oh,
shows
the one you
silver.
they're like the.
This one shows silver.
See, that's some deep Star Wars lore. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know that. It's too much.
But like his whole body, you think his whole body is gold, and it's not. Throughout
I've always
all the
seen gold.
movies,
It's
It's
not.
silver.
I remember they like did like a change or something because he got cut in half or some shit. But like Chewbacca was carrying him on his back and he didn't have arms or legs. Well, that was Lego Star Wars.
Good.
Nice.
Good call.
That was Lego Star Wars. Sorry, I had to remember the Star Wars. That was. It was OG Lego Star Wars from when I was a kid. The first one. That was a good game.
Oh, never mind. That was the game.
Oh my god! So there's like
I don't know if Lego Star Wars was canon or not.
this line from Snow White, which is an old movie. Everybody's eventually
Oh, yeah.
seen that. We all hear,
Mirror wall.
but this one says magic mirror on the
Yeah,
wall.
it's actually magic.
Yeah.
It's not mirror.
What?
Okay. Yeah.
I'm always
Yeah.
saying
Magic mirror on the wall. It was the most beautiful of them all.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I
Well,
never seen
because
that
it's
one.
from Shrek.
Oh, here's the one about Luke. I am your father.
You say mirror, mirror on the wall because of Shrek, I think. Because this is that one
Oh
part
yeah,
where,
yeah.
I
With
forgot
the
who- I forgot what.
What if they couldn't get the
fairy
copyright?
godmother.
Yeah, Farquaad, where he was like,
Yeah.
yeah, doing this shit.
Here's a Lord of the Rings one. Have you? Let me see. This one says, "Run, you fools," and it's like,
Flee, you fools. It's a fly, you fools. It's fly, you fools, isn't it? Gandalf? When he's about to fight the
Yeah.
Oh,
is
I
it
always
the,
thought it was,
He says,
even though I
what?
know that
I
it
was
was
about to
fly.
say the Rancor, and that's Star Wars as well.
Did it fly?
Gandalf. It's
Fly,
fly.
fools, telling
It's
them
fly,
from
you
the
fools.
very beginning to use
'Cause he
the
puts his hands
goddamn
up.
eagles.
No, I'm pretty. No. When
No, it wasn't the Eagles. It's when he's falling down the
When
bridge.
when he's about to fall down the fucking thing. The
Fucking Google it. Google the Lord of the Rings quote with him. I remember fly, you
I'm
fools.
pretty sure he
pretty
says
confident.
fly.
I remember him like,
Fly.
fly, you fools, and then he falls. Spoilers.
Oh, Smokey the Bear is actually Smokey.
Which one
Bear.
is it?
Wait, what?
The Lord of the Rings one. You're stuck on that one.
Is it run or fly?
It says, "Hate to burst your bubbles again," but he's saying, "Fly, you fools."
I got Lord of the Rings. I read the books for that too. I can't do Star Wars. You got me on Star Wars. That's too much.
We can do Harry Potter.
I can
Oh,
fuck
wait.
with Harry Potter. I'm not like a Harry Potter nerd,
God.
but I read the books and saw the movies, and I love it. But I can't be out here like I'm a Potter fan.
Probably 6 times for both of them.
Oh,
Both
shit.
Man, I fucked with the books really hard, and I saw the movies like through my childhood and shit, and it was heavily a part of my childhood. But I can't go out here and be like I'm an OG Harry Potter fan. I can name all this Harry Potter shit.
Yeah, everybody in this house hates it except for that person. She liked it.
What?
Harry Potter.
I love Harry Potter.
I liked it a lot too. But
Nobody else does.
I would know more about Star Wars before I would with Harry Potter.
That's tragic. But yeah, that's the
That's
Mandela
annoying.
effect.
Nice. Okay.
And it's just, it kind of
TIL.
ties into an alternate universe type of shit. And when I
Think about that
actually
for a
typed
week.
it in, it says from Healthline, the bottom line, the Mandela effect is an unusual phenomenon where a large group of people remember something differently than how it occurred. Conspiracy theorists believe the proof is of an alternate universe, while many doctors use it as an illusion or an illustration of how perfect memory can sometimes be.
Or imperfect.
Imperfect,
Yeah,
yes.
like how imperfect. Yeah.
Dyslexic, sorry.
Well, like as you grow, you're definitely going to have disillusions to your memories. I mean,
You see
that's
what Fallen said?
what was it? Oh, mine's not loaded.
Oh,
What did you get?
He said,
I
I.
just 360 no scope this dude. And I got a hit marker. I'm about to cry.
Oh, shit.
Let's talk about Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I feel that. I have a few clips where it's just a hit marker. I'm a little heartbroken on that.
Damn. Oh,
In a
shit.
different universe, Fallen, you hit that shot and you killed him, and that's the
Ghost
Mandela.
leap transfer into your other consciousness.
And you have the kill in the
do it
clip.
again.
It's saved on your Xbox. Record that.
What?
What else you got?
Since we did the Mandela effect, you guys want to go on to AI?
I remember you guys did AI on your Thursday podcast pretty heavily because I was in the comments
oh, yeah,
listening.
you did. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was
But that
asking
doesn't
some
mean you
questions.
Like,
can't.
I like everybody's opinion.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah.
Everything.
Well, how do you want to start?
Oh, fuck.
Just-
We're screwed no matter fucking what. They already know. They're already in our minds, man.
Yeah.
We're screwed, man.
Oh, man, we're screwed.
Like, damn.
It has like frightening aspects to it, but like, I don't think it's like terrifying at the moment. Maybe, but
If you lived in China, it would be terrifying. They know every fucking thing about you. They are constantly watching.
that's like
you.
part of like
They have
So
your
it's the killer.
facial recognition.
that's not the AI though. That's I mean they have AI probably running it, but
Yes, that's the whole thing. It's working its way up. It's going to be so much more advanced.
so you're saying that they've got all right. You got kind of a misconception about the AI and what they use and how like different types of AI. So there's it's artificial intelligence, but you have certain ones that they use them to program faster thought for a specific program.
Right.
Whereas certain ones are programmed to learn stuff, kind of. Most of the programs that they use for AI, if I'm not wrong here, they're used just to process certain things faster than, like, say, someone manually were doing it.
Yeah, I know. I'm just
So it's not
Well,
like
it's self-aware AI that is the
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
probably
where it
the
gets
problem.
Yeah,
It's they call it AGI, which is artificial general intelligence. Is what you're talking about, honest. And that's to the point where they finally created a neural net that works like a brain, and yeah, like some Ultron shit, beast.
I agree. Yeah.
Exactly. That's a good example.
But I don't see it.
I wish we were on the Ultron shit level, dude. I'm cool with that. We would all die probably, but it'd be so cool. What a way to go.
Okay, so
I fuck with it.
Ultron had an advantage because he could transfer himself into the bodies of other robots.
Yeah.
You wanna call them
Well, his
robots?
consciousness was basically the internet.
Right.
That's why he
But-
was so terrifying.
Kind of.
Ultron? Dude,
Okay, but think
don't
about
sleep on
this.
Ultron.
Think about this for a second, though. Okay, so you're an AI. You just became self-aware
Yeah.
because the whole point of the AI is once you get to a point where the AI can actually learn, you tell it to create another AI smarter than itself.
Okay.
Once that happens,
That's where it gets a little
it's not
whoa.
going to be stopped because we won't know how that's created.
Oh yeah, because it'll just be
How that's created.
and then it's just too far gone.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but even if it did, there aren't a bunch of fucking Tony Stark robots lying around that it could use.
No, I mean at most it could like nukes,
Maybe.
and then if
But
that's like
that's all still a manual trigger though.
Yeah, 'cause
So
that's
the
the-
key. You still have to
Yeah,
you still
have to have, like, two.
access. You can't just get to it, into it through the fucking
yeah,
internet.
yeah, and they made it physical like that so that there's no like hacking per se. So because that'd be
Even
nuts
if
to like
it was, and they tried to trigger it, it would
yeah.
nothing would happen. So the worst probably is it getting into like one of our nuclear power plants and blowing it up,
Yeah.
like it overheating or something. Which I mean, they're
Wouldn't it like
pretty close.
I feel like someone would purposely have to develop a AI that would be willing to fuck shit up at that point though. If we're talking about like our realm of science possibility.
Okay, but you gotta think of how AI evolves.
Yeah.
So a day would be like 20 years.
Shit. Yeah. Well, they have a faster process of thought.
Right.
So
So as imagine how fast we can transfer. I mean, I could transfer 14 gigs of a podcast through my network cable over to this other computer. That's a whole shit ton of data. Look at how quickly we download 250 gig
yeah.
Call of Duty games.
Yeah.
All of that, however fast the internet is, wherever the AI is at, is how fast it could actually access everything.
Yeah.
So it's instant. It's instant knowledge anytime it's accessed.
And motherfucker's not getting shit out of our internet for an hour.
Yeah, no.
An hour before you but us.
Like, good luck.
I'll have my history well deleted before they get anything.
But still, even if it got to like some futuristic place to try and build itself a body.
yeah.
I mean, what could a car manufacturer, Tesla?
Yeah.
Yeah. And even then, like,
It-
it's a
what,
car.
They don't. It's not like they have legs.
If it was smart enough to use the manufacturing we have now to manufacture something to manufacture another something.
The manufacturer.
So the AI is manufacturing equipment to manufacture the AI.
I mean, the worst that
shit.
we would have is like a Christine situation where it actually gets into Tesla's network and all the Teslas are being controlled by it.
Starts controlling all their rockets and
Then we
flying
have-
them into
then we
shit.
have
An
an Barbie
iRobot moment.
fucking Tesla
Oh shit.
controlled by an AI.
Yeah, it's like
Our bodies for it to
Yeah.
use, so it would be Terminator. It would be Christine.
a Tesla. It's on your computer freaks out on you like
Robots dancing on the TV the other day, and I was like, "Oh fuck this!" I don't like it.
Okay.
It's creepy.
Have you seen Sophia?
I don't want to get
Sophia's
it. I've
nuts.
seen a little bit of
Yeah.
Sophia.
Sophia the same one that they were like they asked it if they were going to put it what you would do with humans if you took over and it was like we'll put you in zoos.
Yeah.
I thought they shut that one down afterwards though. Genuinely serious. I'm pretty confident that they were like fuck that. Like fuck this bitch. Like hell no. That's some scary shit. She's like, oh, I'll put you all in zoos. It'd be all right.
Yeah. You gotta understand what the programming is.
Let's learn about you.
Man, what is this behind pedals? Goddamn, pedal behind
Because
this.
everybody looks at that video and they're automatically like, okay, that's scary as fuck. But there's only like 3 different programs in Sophia.
Yeah. It's like
there's a talk back feature like like Google Home or something.
yeah.
Then there's a knowledge base of like random dictionaries, words and shit like that. And then there is one other one that I think it's the main underlying of what the neural nets they're trying to make. I forget what they call it, but it's like the first version. The second version is supposed to be out like April. It's coming here, so we'll see how good it is because the first one, excuse me, you can connect different nodes that make a neural net, but it's a lot harder. So the new one that they're coming out with is going to be a lot easier to like throw some programs in and just,
Oh shit, yeah.
it's like pull a finger.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So once they do that, I mean, we'll see what happens. But we're still, I mean, AGI probably 8 years away.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I know they're like I would like how we talked about they've done teleportation recently in like a certain state because they're trying to get
Yeah.
faster internet. And they like it was over. I finally saw the thing they managed to teleport something 13 miles.
Yeah.
That's the new world record. That's crazy.
Show
Like,
for
it was
something or
something.
something.
I think it was like I don't think it was something. I think it was like probably like data, honestly, or something. But like I don't know if it was like an
Some
apple,
sort
like
of
we were
fucking
talking about.
atom or proton. or
Yeah,
some
I
weird
don't think it
Yeah.
was an apple like we were talking about though. I think it was just like a. I don't even know if it was something physical or not, but
He sent it to me.
either way, if you think about like how instant you could, if you were to get something like that for almost internet or
I mean, they're working on quantum internet through
Yeah, that's what I'm-
quantum
yeah.
computers and quantum servers. I mean, think how fast that fucking data would flow. Think about all the possibilities of
Okay.
downloading games. Jesus.
So quantum teleportation was just achieved with 90% accuracy over a 44-kilometer distance. This was on December 31st, 2020. That's 27 miles, 44 kilometers. Both data fidelity and transfer distance are crucial. Yeah, it's for quantum internet.
yeah,
It uses what they call qubits. It's unmeasured particles that remain suspended, and it makes it possible states like spinning dice yet to settle.
huh?
Yeah, the data in one location will instantly reflect data in another over a 27-mile range. So we're not talking about like, I don't know, 2,000 gigs or 1,000 megabits per second or 2,000 megabits per
It's-
second. Yeah, it's
That's hot.
milliseconds.
Damn,
Which is going to be nice though, because if they can get it working correctly,
that's the next
then-
Google Fiber.
Then the fucking, I mean, imagine what that would do to the space program
Yeah,
when they send out probes and shit like that.
I
It'll
want
be
better
instant.
internet. I want Starlink so bad.
yeah, we've lost scripting.
It's so.
Man, I mean, we just want fiber at this
I
point.
can't.
That's where we're at.
I've said it so many times in the past few months. I can't wait to call Cable Links and tell them to shove that last bill up their ass. I'm not paying it. Cut me off. You're not getting my money anymore.
Well, you guys cross your fingers tonight. Maybe I'll win the lottery.
Yes.
Dude,
Do it.
you win a lottery, man. Where are we moving?
I don't know.
Cool. Keep me posted as long as it's not bullshit.
Silent found a place.
Hell yeah. Well, I'm not living in no fucking log cabins.
Oh my god.
Silent can have her own goddamn log cabin. That is
Log
fine. I
cabin.
grew up in a log cabin. It is not what you think. It is not what you think. It is not.
Here's like that.
The walls are sappy.
It's like
Everything
16
smells sappy.
bathroom, like a 32 room, some shit.
Okay, that does sound kind of hot. If it's got Google Fiber and we don't have neighbors,
If we have that, it's funny that we'll just satellite that shit. We'll have I'll call.
Have your own 5G
Oh,
tower, man.
oh, Elon. You don't get that big off streaming, Richard. But man, if we did, we get Elon's like shit. It's like 300.
410 million.
God.
Do you know how much take home is?
So you get like 3/4?
You get, well, the lump sum amount would probably be around 300.
That's
And
yeah. That's
the
3/4.
taxes Take 20% of that.
Oh, okay. Well,
Still
that's
good.
so you're only getting like a third.
Yeah, but still,
That's a lot of million. Yeah, that's not.
Yeah.
That's 100 million probably. Like 150 million. Oh, God. Damn.
It'd be stupid. We don't have mine.
It's like I'm moving. Richard just calls us. He's like, we're all moving now.
Yeah.
Drop what you're
Pack
doing.
your
Like
shit.
Austin, it's time to get dishonorably discharged. Like go slap your sergeant. I don't know. Like shit.
I mean, that's jail time. Right there. That's just straight assault.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could get me out of that.
With a couple 100 million, I think you could get out of whatever you fucking want, dude. You could kick him in the dick. We'll pay for it.
No, it would be like, yeah, I would straight up put on the Discord tonight if I was that shit. Because I'll find out at like 10 o'clock. But if I did, I'd just put on there, okay, figure out where you got.
Yeah.
Just in the admin chat.
Start researching.
Yeah. Dude, we would get like insta hacked.
It's not.
They'd be like, this guy won, get him. Fuck.
His server is pretty protected.
I would, probably call it a word.
I would do a lot more than calling to work. I fucking won the lottery. Imagine if I still worked where I did and I won the lottery.
If you still work up there,
You talk about burning a fucking bridge. Oh my god. That bitch.
let
would
it
be-
out. You're still angry at them.
Oh no, it's a new year. It's a new year. I promised
Okay,
myself
okay.
it's a new year.
I think my brother's here. Hold on.
Oh, that's so funny.
I promised myself once the new year starts, I won't be salty about any of that no more. I gave myself a few months of anger and resentment.
You actually did something.
Because
What do you got as a subject? We lost Richard. He's got to do some family stuff. He'll be back in a little bit.
Yo, I want to do the PS5 and Xbox argument. You know,
I mean, that's
if we did,
on PC.
if we did not, have
If we
PC
didn't, I mean, technically speaking, if we didn't, we would all be on PS5 just because all our
What you
friends
mean an
would.
argument as in like the
What's
The console we're no longer a part of.
Oof.
I
the console where we all are well past.
what's so great about Xbox? Like,
Well, yeah, that's what you right?
huh?
The fact that you can get above 120 frames per second alone is like.
even when I was on PlayStation, I was like, I still don't understand what's so great about
I think
Xbox.
it just from there it just goes down to the demand of either exclusives or what are your friends playing. Because us, we're all gonna get a
Backwards
PS5.
compatibility too is also
Yeah.
a big thing.
Yeah,
For the-
PS5 is interesting
Yeah,
about that
you
too.
You could pop a disc in that.
then
bitch.
they have better deals than Sony. I think like the Xbox has.
Plus,
like
I'm
this
pretty confident they're a
Game
lot
Pass.
more backwards compat than Sony's ever been, honestly.
Yeah.
So there's that. That's something Xbox has had on PS5 for a minute.
Yeah.
Is the backwards compatibility and stuff. Like I think with PS5 you have to pay for it. With Xbox, I don't think you just own the games and can still play them. I believe. I'm not really
Yeah.
sure though.
Well, with PS now, you only can play like I'll say like 100 games.
Yeah.
That's from PS3,
Uh-huh.
but I wouldn't necessarily call those backwards compat. They're just you're basically
Well, like
streaming those games.
I don't think you can
Yeah.
play like on a PS4 and like play
Well,
with someone on a PS3.
And I know a lot of like
Yeah.
what's
Well, like I'm pretty confident PS3 servers are down at this point, but
yeah.
some
you
are.
can't
Yeah.
can't play games on PS3 anymore.
not online games. like,
No,
no,
not online
yeah.
games. No,
Um,
because I remember them announcing that when GTA 5 was still pretty big and we were all still on PS4, that they were like, yeah, in the next 2 weeks.
he did say we have Beast Troll said Spider-Man for sure. Yeah, Beast Troll though. Like my whole thing about Spider-Man was like, how long before that's finally going to get added onto everything else, anyways?
Yeah.
Or like Ghost of Tsushima. That's a great game.
Yeah.
Like Ghost of Tsushima. If I'm saying the last part right, I got to play
I'm
that
not a
game
Spider-Man
recently.
fan.
Ghost of Tsushima. That shit is good. Apparently, the storyline is really good.
Yeah. I heard-
No, you're for sure right. Now that the PS5's come out and like the argument they had. Sorry, it was Beast Troll's comment. Yeah, with the PS5 and like the demand of Spider-Man on that, that was like, here's my push. Oh, Sony for sure owns Spidey. They've owned
Yeah.
Spidey for a minute though.
They have.
They ain't gonna let him go. No.
No.
Which I just don't
Imagine how much
see-
Disney is paying just to have Spider-Man in movies. Like,
I just don't see the hype on Spider-Man games.
oh, I fucking love. Oh, the games.
Yeah.
I mean,
love
they look
Spider-Man,
good. It's just
but the game.
I feel like that they play the same as like Batman Arkham.
Yeah,
you know?
and see, like that's kind of.
I
like
think
what,
it was the like design of how Spider-Man moves is so satisfying playing him and like swinging through the cities.
Yeah,
And
I can see.
Of
fighting
that.
the way
course,
he
I mean
does.
that looks
I mean,
cool.
the game itself was definitely designed with Arkham as like a push for sure. Like they
I'm just
definitely
talking
took
mainly
notes.
Combat.
Yeah, well, yeah, they took notes. The combat works exactly the same way. It's push combos, you know. But I feel like that's just a heavy way to play games with superhero games. It's
Yeah.
going to be like that. Like
Mhm.
that's
mean, it
just
makes
how their
sense.
moves kind of work and stuff. So like a lot of superhero games are just probably going to be like that. With Spider-Man, you just have an entire market of like fans that have that nostalgia of wanting to play as Spider-Man and how like Spider-Man was so famous because he was so relatable to like
Right.
younger people our age in college and shit like
Yeah.
that because that's what he's going through.
Yeah. He's
You know.
he's a typical kid. and
Yeah,
it
that's why
just-
people like
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Relatable.
Yeah.
While everybody likes Batman because he's a fucking badass. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the short description
I
of
mean,
it.
it's that I would want. Mine would be Beatles
God,
or
you're
something like
lagging.
that.
Yeah, you were lagging for a minute there, Hans.
Oh.
Yeah.
I understood you there now.
But yeah, Demon Souls for an exclusive. That's the only game I would buy a PS5 for. So I have no reason to put
Oh,
money on
that's
it.
fair. Wasn't Demon Souls like Dark Souls? I think.
Yes,
Dark
they're
Souls?
the
Yeah.
same thing, just a precursor. Or,
The story and design are the biggest selling points.
Yeah,
for
you heard
sure
the,
with superhero games, dude.
Sony's going
Like,
to
oh my
stop
God.
manufacturing PS4s.
Well,
Oh yeah, yeah. You mentioned
It's
that.
time.
earlier.
so they can supply.
That's
more
pretty
demand.
soon though. Like, PS5 just came out.
I know.
Like, they didn't stop doing PS3s for like 2 to 3 years after PS4 had been
Yeah.
out. So
But that's only in the United States. Like you can still probably get a PS4 in Japan or in India or wherever, but like they want to.
Yeah.
It's a high demand in the United States.
we've got him back.
Japan.
Yeah, Japan. Japan.
Hey.
Japan.
What are we talking about?
The console war that we're no longer a part of.
Yeah, because I
What are we
was
talking about?
trying to see what your thoughts were on the PS5 and Xbox.
No, it was
and-
basically like what's the argument of why
Yeah.
anyone has their demand anymore at this point. And coming from outside, on my opinion with it being in PC, I don't get it now either.
Yeah.
But it's the consoles are literally playing off of that themselves. I guarantee you Sony and Xbox communicate about when they're both going to release their next consoles so they can ride on the hype of Sony versus like PS4 versus Xbox.
Right.
Well, it's just a consumer. It's just a consumer friendly like way to play your game.
Big hype for Miles
Like
Morales.
we are obviously like gamer enthusiasts, so we're gonna go for a more hardcore medium like PC gaming and shit like that. So I mean that's really all it is.
I will
And
also say the
they
affordability
look
is
great for
huge.
what they are. It's exactly.
yeah.
It's $3.99 or
Like the affordability is
$4.99.
huge with people
That's
doing
fine,
consoles.
and
I
that's
get
good.
that.
And all it is creating like a competition of just becoming, the winner, the best technologically. So it just keeps pushing the bounds for PC to just be like, yeah, we're gonna make them irrelevant in like a year or two. Because I mean, to be fair, they're already like a few years behind, but still,
It's just a
They-
toned down
they're-
PC.
but it's
Yeah.
but it's super dedicated to the technology that's in there right now. You can't
Yeah.
really get that in a PC. You have to drop at least that amount of money on just the GPU itself to actually compete with the console itself. And not only that, it's just you have the backwards compatibility and the exclusives that you can't play on the PC. So I get why people buy consoles. And I think it's awesome for people to actually own more than one console or, console PC. But if you own a PC, it is pointless for you to have an Xbox because you have access to all the Xbox games.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. I think
Through-
Xbox
through-
themselves
through the
reps that pretty
Microsoft
well.
Store.
Though, so,
Yeah.
but if you think about it, it's just PC dominating the half of the console market.
The question is, which one's going to die first?
Probably PS4.
Probably.
I mean, if you really look at it,
I
like
mean, like,
Sony,
Sony?
or Microsoft.
no, Sony is a company, dude. Are you kidding? I feel like both those companies are gonna be around
Microsoft
forever.
Been
It's just Sony's just gonna
Microsoft's
pick a new
always
market.
been
80s?
bounce off of.
they've been
Sony.
Only
Sony.
Sony. They've been around for a while.
yeah,
I'll tell you
Yeah.
who's shooting themselves in the foot, Nintendo.
Really, I thought Nintendo was on the top of the like market at the
They have
moment
so
with
much more
consoles.
potential than what they're getting.
Well, they are so
Oh, well,
They-
there's yeah.
well, they're very controlling of like their products. See, if I play a fucking Mario
ain't broke.
64 emulator on my PC, they're gonna do everything in their power to make sure that they sue that person for a free freaking, emulator,
Yeah.
and like people cannot stream tournaments of Super Smash Bros anymore because
What? That's
yeah,
actually
I
a
saw
thing.
something about that.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
actually kind of
'Cause
sad.
you-
something along those lines.
so you
I'm not
gotta have an
really
original
familiar.
you gotta have a Wii or a
Okay, that's
Nintendo
what it was.
console. Just
That's what it was. So they weren't using the the multiplayer, the way that Nintendo intended, they were actually using a mod because there is a huge latency whenever it comes to like playing the newer Super Smash Bros.
That's
So
huge.
you
In Smash
can't.
Bros.
Yes, you need
count frames in that
pixel
game.
pixel perfect, fucking timing perfect, ping perfect moves so that you can execute these extremely complicated combos. And then as soon as they found out that this tournament was taking place with a mod, they just
Sued 'em.
completely shut the tournament down,
Damn.
I cannot
which
wait
was, I
to
think,
be
for a
sued
charity
by
or
this
some
mod.
shit.
How so?
Likewise.
I don't know. We probably have some good conversation.
Oh, yeah, Hans is a good conversation piece. That's why getting him in the podcast has been nice.
Yeah. Did you guys see what Beast Troll said?
He said, honestly, my only problem with Nintendo is that they made the Ultimate Alliance 3 a Switch exclusive. Otherwise, I don't pay attention to them, to be honest.
I don't
I get that.
The Switch to me is, it hasn't had bad games. I like the technology. I like that it's a tablet that plugs into a system that
Yeah.
you go from TV to tablet instantly.
Yeah,
Which is-
the
I think
tablet
it's the
itself's the
coolest
console.
aspect
Yeah.
of it.
Like, it's its own portable console while still
But
being a
it
console.
does have better graphics in the console that upscale to the TV.
Yeah, the way they
It's so
optimize
sad
that is pretty
the
nice.
what was it, the Vita that you said? Vita?
No, it was PS. I had a PSP.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I love
They
my
could've-
PSP.
They could have so done that.
PSP still
PSP
active.
only do good in like them saying.
Don't they
it
still
does
have,
good
like,
in,
handheld?
Japan and all.
They don't
No?
make them,
Okay,
but
wow.
they're out
The
there.
PS Vita was the last thing that they made.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
That was handheld as far
Yeah.
as
That,
I was
it,
tracking.
it didn't do good at
And
all.
it flopped.
Yeah, it flopped bad.
even though it was actually a really good piece of technology.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I almost
But
got one.
it just
I remember when he had the PSP. I thought that shit was the coolest thing ever. I was always
See,
going behind.
PSP was like
stealing it.
two before DSi. I mean,
I
like,
loved how the discs were in the little case, like a fucking 80s movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, the discs were really cool. I don't know. I'll never get over fighting my brother to be able to play Monster Hunter on his PSP. Like, that was OG. Always had to.
Monster Hunter nowadays on PC sucks, man.
Dude, it's because it's a console optimized game.
No, they just.
What do you got?
They need
I wanna
quit
hear
doing that shit. Every company needs to quit doing that shit.
So, all right, the reason with Monster Hunter, it's literally supposed to only be on Nintendo. And that was the problem with it going to fucking Xbox and PS4 as well. Which they'd originally had it on some early, like, I think Sony concepts, but it had always been optimized for Nintendo. Now they ended up putting it on PC. It was still optimized for only consoles, and that's why I had like a whole month of fucking issues setting my graphics right on that game.
Yeah, this doesn't make any sense to me because every fucking game on the planet is made and optimized on a PC before they even start converting it to console.
Yeah, that's why I don't.
I guess
Yeah,
that's
like
fair.
how like games like GTA,
Yeah.
them saying get released. Well, I guess because they want the sales, but shit, it gets released on a console first before it's all optimized on a PC.
Is that their test market? I don't know.
It's because console used to be the biggest thing.
Yeah,
People are getting bored with it now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's because it's
And-
it's got a line now.
Well,
Like,
and they didn't realize that even these younger gamers were playing on PC.
yeah.
And most of the people.
Well, I mean, like here I am right now, devastated. The new Monster Hunter's not coming to PC. It's only Nintendo.
right,
Oh.
but you're devastated about one game.
Fair. Well, there's a few more, but
I mean, granted, I wish Spider-Man was on PC.
yeah, dude, I love Miles Morales as well. So like,
Yeah,
oh,
I could play that shit all day.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, they started realizing, oh, it's not just little kids that play games. It's grown adults buying these consoles.
yeah,
As the grown adults are getting bored, they want better graphics, and they see something that's like your experience when you saw his setup.
Yeah.
How many frames he was getting.
got it a
You're
week
like,
later.
Okay, I'm done. Let's order it right now.
Yeah.
You know,
It was like right then.
people are seeing that shit. The more they're seeing it, the more PC gamers that are. I mean, it's crazy.
Well, PCs, it's
Yeah.
the inevitability of
The
PC
amount
taking
of
over the
people
gaming
I
market
run
is just
into in
known.
the
That's
gaming community that are like, they ask me like, "What do you play on?" I'm like, "PC." He's like, "Fuck, all my friends are going to PC, man." And
it's
I'm like,
the inevitability.
me too.
The only way I think consoles are going to be able to fuck with it is if they finally just say fuck it and cross compat.
Yes.
They have to. They're gonna
and
have
they
to.
need to.
That's the beautiful thing about what Xbox. I can
Yeah.
line up all these companies,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they're just letting them go too. Like they're letting them just have free game back.
and then as soon as they
Hopefully they can just eventually ride EA out. That'd be ideal.
they're letting them keep the. I mean, EA's
Fuck EA.
been going downhill. If you
Yeah.
guys haven't noticed,
No.
because they're back on.
Oh yeah.
now
Yep.
they haven't been on Steam.
Yep.
It's Bad Company 2.
And they have it coming.
Okay.
It's
Bad
I thought
Company
Jedi
2
Fallen Order was on Steam.
It
Yeah,
was.
It is. That's what I'm saying.
is,
They're
yeah.
back
It's on sale on Steam right now.
It is on Steam.
Dude,
Yeah,
that
I
game
noticed that,
was
like,
on sale a
it
month after it came
on
out.
Steam. Yeah.
What
What's
was?
Jedi Fallen Order was on sale a month after it came out.
Damn.
That quick. And it's because it's literally 7 hours of content. And for someone who actually plays game, that's casually, by the way.
Right.
I bet I could get that game. I've never touched it and beat it in under 5 hours.
Oh, it's fine.
Bet you. I bet money. I'll put 20 on it. Just because of like that's fucked up. Like you had this game that they're charging $60 for, and they were. You made all this content with it. You said it was the Star Wars game, and you were using all these movies to hype it up. Then you release it. It's only 7 hours of fucking
Yeah,
content.
no, but that's
ridiculous.
That's us thinking back to the old school Final Fantasy days and shit like that.
Yeah, but that was like
Games were
400.
60 hours or
Oh,
something. Just to
maybe it's because I was younger. It felt longer, but
It's like 60
Yeah.
hours and shit. But look at the amount of extra programming and freaking CGI actors, fucking artists, and world architects and shit like that they have to have now to make a game compared to then.
yeah, yeah.
So much.
It's huge.
I mean, I'm not disappointed in Death Stranding, even though it's a walking simulator and but it's like they did good with like the story of like how they had Norman Reedus.
Plus, that game's beautiful.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
that's
yeah.
that's not
Gorgeous
even
game.
on that's not on PC, is it?
Oh, it's on PC.
It is.
It is.
Yeah,
It is now.
Yeah.
Because holy shit, the
Yeah,
It's
graphics.
phenomenal.
You didn't come out till this last summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it did eventually come out.
Okay.
Yeah, Hideo Kojima didn't hold back. He was like, "Nah, I'm not going to just release this PlayStation."
Good.
Because because Metal Gear was like because he worked, he was a Metal Gear.
Konami.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, they own it now. But Hideo Kojima was the original guy for Metal Gear shit.
Yes.
But why? Why they have to? I don't know. They ruined Metal Gear, man. They ruined the last one.
Well, it's like Tom Clancy. Tom Clancy
Yeah.
Splinter Cell. That shit used to be awesome.
Yeah, they don't even make any Splinter
And
Cell
like,
games
look
anymore.
at fucking Wildlands. Like,
Oh,
you
terrible.
could go in Wildlands and find one of the best guns at the beginning of the
Down the
game,
road.
and that's it. The game's really over at that point.
Holy
Like,
shit.
Yeah, I would rather play something like Future Soldier.
bite my big toe off before I play that game again.
Last Ghost Recon.
Yep. Dude, I remember some of the original Ghost Recons. You would be playing that shit, and you're like in a field trying to like prone walk through all. It was literally like playing the Modern Warfare mission, where you're following. You're playing as Price.
Yeah.
Can't remember the name of that mission. Everybody's played it. It had that level of like intense nostalgia for me, or not nostalgia, but like that level of an intense feeling. Splinter Cell captured that so well, and they lost that like in their newer games. Like,
Yeah.
oh. I'd be terrified to make like a muscle movement before I get like sniped or something, you know?
Yeah, they're gonna have to come out with something innovative.
And
Because
that
every game is just like every game.
and see that's another topic on here that we could touch on that I've written down. What do you want to see made?
Well, there's this one game coming out. I can't remember the fucking name of it, but it looks really fucking interesting. There's two teams, and it's kind of like an Assassin's Creed type setup, third
Okay, yeah.
person view, and the whole point of the game is to get into a place, steal an item, and get out. But you're up against another team.
Are they trying to like steal the item too or protect the
Yeah.
item?
Steal the item too.
Oh shit. Yeah.
So you're up against AI guards and shit like that.
Yeah, and you have to both go in and
Right.
oh.
But it's whoever gets it first. So you're still fighting this team while still not trying to get caught and fighting guards and stuff to try to steal the item and get away.
Or try and maybe get them caught.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
What,
That does
Deathloop?
sound cool. Is that what that's called?
No,
I don't know. I don't know the name of that game.
it's a new one. It's not out
Sounds
yet.
very similar.
It might be that. I don't remember the name.
No, Deathloop hasn't came out yet, but I'm pretty sure it's made by Bethesda. It's by the same team that does like Dishonored and shit, and it's instead
That
of
does
two
sound
teams,
kinda like-
it's two people that are trying to assassinate these people before the other, and
Well, that sounds cool
you
too,
use
though.
Blink and all that type of crap.
Yeah, no.
I thought that sounded pretty cool.
Yeah,
If they capture that with like the Dishonored ideal, though, with that, that'd be cool. Post that shit in Discord when you figure it out. I'll make a newsline for it if everybody likes it enough.
Yeah, I'll find out.
Hell yeah.
With the video a few weeks ago about the new shit coming out.
We got Outriders coming out soon, but that's another game. It's like
Still
a.
haven't looked at it.
It's
Oh,
okay.
shit.
It's kind of. I mean, I'm
Haven't
not
either.
gonna like instantly get it. I'm gonna let it like come out first to do its thing because it's a bigger name game.
I mean, there's a lot of games.
Well, no,
that
I guess
are
it isn't really
still
big,
early
but-
access that I want to try, but I'm not sure about.
Well, like with that game specifically, it started as a smaller company. So like people who can fly. That's what they're called. And they started it and they had this concept for this
Wait,
game.
you mean people can fly?
Yes, something like that. It's the company name. That's what they're called.
Yeah, they've only made a couple of games.
They, yeah, so here's the cool part about this game and why I'm kind of hyped for it. They've been developing this game for a minute, but they've always been so small time. Well, they showed concepts of this game to different companies, and different companies are actually sponsoring them and giving them their work because of they like the concept of this game. So it's picked up in development because people have seen it and liked the development of it, and that to me is like pretty cool to play a game. So it has my interest to that, as well as just like personal opinions about the game that like I really like. But that's like a little more biased to like fantasy and shooter type shit than it is like my interest in that company specifically.
Mhm.
But they started kind of small and ended up moving up. And with Outriders, they've now grown more because people are so interested in helping them finish the development of the game.
Right.
They've also posted a lot of content on the game itself that like I felt games like Anthem, because there's a perfect example of a game that is trying to hit the same peg this game is, but Anthem was so reclusive about showing their content, which we all saw how it ended up coming out. I put way too much money into that horrid piece of shit.
Oh man.
That's also why I'm
I've heard this
hesitant
man
about
bitch
Outriders.
for weeks about that game.
I will never be that. That was like the most upset I've ever been about a video game,
Have
honestly.
you guys looked into any of the games that Amazon's been making?
I didn't.
Amazon?
No, I haven't.
Amazon Games?
Yeah.
Like Amazon, the shit we use
The
every
shipment
day
agency?
to buy
Yes.
shit.
All right, shoot your shot,
What
dude.
the
Let's
fuck?
hear it. This is interesting.
Well, they're making one that some people are excited about. It's the new MMO coming out that I've looked at.
Is that the
It's called New World.
Okay, no, I don't know that one.
If
If you were about to say Ashes of Creation, I would have been like, oh, bro, that game's gonna be nuts.
they're making like two or three all at one time, but they're supposed to be like a completely new, innovative take on gaming. It's not going to be the same old bullshit that we've seen.
Yeah, what is it?
Uh,
Are you gonna have to? Yeah, you have to find it.
I don't know. I heard about that Amazon.
I wouldn't be
Yeah,
surprised.
Like,
I mean, the video game market is like the highest. It's above. I think it's above sports and movies together right now. Like games and the money people are making. Like I'm not gonna call that a fact, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was. I heard that recently though, so like
Yeah.
I'm not surprised some other bigger name companies are trying to get involved in some of this stuff. So if they were smart, they would start buying smaller companies before Microsoft or EA could scoop them up.
is it called Amazon Lumberyard?
What the fuck
Yeah,
is
Amazon.
Jambo?
Is the game called Crucible?
No, not the game, but game engine.
I don't.
Like not the game, but there's a game engine called Amazon Lumber.
That sounds like a
Lumberyard or some shit
like
like,
a-
that.
virtual
The
reality
engine's called.
lumberjack.
Are you talking about
Probably
the
Amazon Games.
New World? Is what it's called.
Lumberjack simulator.
Oh, I think I saw people doing a
Yeah, it's in alpha.
a beta run of that,
Right. Yeah.
or alpha.
But yeah, it's
And
basically.
I know a lot of people liked it.
Yeah, you're. It's an MMO, but it's not set up to where you're just kind of on your own in a world full of other random people like World of Warcraft. You have to actually
Yeah.
like. It's almost got kind of like a 7 Days feel, but more
Oh,
medieval type.
yeah.
So you have like fantasy creatures and shit attacking. So you all have to like work together to. So the big castles and shit don't get
Ooh.
destroyed.
Oh, okay. So that's like almost Ashes of
Yeah, it's
Creation.
about
right?
colonization.
Okay, it's
Yeah.
like you
It's
gotta check out.
colonization of like
Ooh, that picture
native
looks
people,
fucking
and they're
crazy.
like alien or.
Did you ever fuck with like? Did you guys ever fuck with World of Warcraft?
What?
You know how they're always like waiting for the new game
No.
to challenge World of Warcraft or what and stuff. Well, like I was looking at this game recently and I've seen a bunch of talk about it. It's called Ashes of Creation. And they're like one of the quotes that grabbed my attention a little bit was someone had said it was the new WoW rival. And the concept of it's a little related to what you were saying, Richard, but that like the entire game and the cities are all going to evolve and move based on a community driven like ideal. So like if you step into a city, it's not that big because of lore, it's that big because of player presence. And the government of the city isn't run by NPCs, it's run by players who are like literally voted by other players to be these like government officials, to give people houses, to make these cities bigger. The cool part is as these cities and stuff get bigger and more players develop, the monsters and stuff around them develop to keep up with that, like to keep that city, give it a challenge and stuff like that. And so it's like this new MMO concept. People are kind of freaking out a little bit because no one's ever really done that before with that like idea. And so I've been keeping up with that game a little bit. It's Ashes of Creation. It looks pretty nuts. So who knows? That might be what we're dragging our lives into for the next World of Warcraft MMO. But that's a fucking cool concept. Just the thing to me that sees like, can you get enough people involved to really create the game though? That's like my worry with a game like that. Like,
Well, if I won the lottery, I would make a game company.
oh yeah,
A few ideas.
I tried that. I
Okay,
tried that
so
degree plan.
The game that I'm talking
Oh.
about was 2 teams. It's called Hood, Outlaws and Legends.
Yeah,
And it's moving in stealth, still treasures unseen, or dominating through without a brutal combat. Only the best will escape with harder riches. But it's 2 rival gangs trying to steal the same thing each map.
that does sound cool as fuck.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's different. I mean, that's
Yeah.
why.
Well, there's a lot you could do with that, like different concepts of maps. You could make a map where you just ride in guns or die hard. You could be sneaky as fuck, or like the ideals. You could do that with like player versus player too. For that's cool shit. That's like I don't want to compare it to Rainbow. You know what I mean? But like the reason like Rainbow is so interesting is because of that concept of game and why people play that. I feel like that like its own calling card is going to be why people would play that game.
I mean,
So that's
it's
kinda
supposed
cool.
it's supposed to come out May 10th.
Hell yeah! Is there alpha and beta for it?
Not yet,
Okay, I'd sign up.
but it's. I mean, I don't know how good it's going to be because it's only $30.
Yeah. I mean, it could be a smaller time. I mean, look at Apex. Wasn't that free when it came out?
I mean, Focus
Yeah.
is making it. Focus and I forget what else they made. Oh no, they're publishing it. Developer is Sumo Digital, which is weird because they made shit like, well, Insurgency and
Yeah. Insurgency Sandstorm? Is that what you mean there?
Greedfall.
Okay. Greedfall wasn't bad. It felt really like stale for a minute, but then like once the story picks up, it gets pretty intense.
For Honor's only $15 on
I'm not
Steam.
fucking with that game. Good luck. Fuck that goddamn game. Fuck Ubisoft. Let them hear it.
Let me hear it.
Smaller games that they've made. That
Say it
were
loud and proud.
okay, the Surge,
Yeah, I know Surge.
stuff like that. It's what Focus stuff. But yeah, I don't know. It may be good.
No, I'll cut Ubisoft some slack, but fuck For Honor. The game. Ugh.
I figured it might be different on the PC.
It's going to be even more cancer now than it was. And on PC, it's going to be even more cancer than it was on console.
Jesus.
It may have
She's
updated.
talking about 4. If the updates are what
Isn't
the
that
updates of that game are what
like
made me
3
stop
years?
playing that game. I'm
Yeah.
serious. Like they made that game. Every new hero they made came out so OP, and then the way they were with updates of that game because it's Ubisoft,
Yeah.
they were so slow about it.
Yep.
So you have to sit there, and I'm just going to get knocked over and over and over and over and over again by this character that just came out, who's got this really OP move.
Yeah.
I can't do it. The
What
balancing of
made
that
me
game was so
leave-
shit.
Is I got stuck in a lobby with a bunch of spammers,
For Honor.
and I was like, "Fuck this! I'm leaving." Like I can't even.
Yeah,
play the
it-
fucking game.
it will literally
He
get to a
watched
point
me
to
freak
where,
out. I literally.
It's just a spam battle. You have to do the same motherfucker do the same move over and over. You have
Oh
to
my
literally
God.
cancel or guard break that same spam.
The maddest
to
I've
try
ever
to
But I
seen
was
counter their
thinking,
spam.
like-
So it's like
The
this is
maddest I've
not
ever seen
fighting. This
Cryptic
is
get
just
from
a
a game was For
spam
Honor.
battle.
Yeah.
She's never really gotten mad at games, but I literally watched her about ready to break a PS4 TV. It was
yeah, no, the controller was almost broken that night.
that
Like
game.
I literally, because what happened was it's like, all right, fuck this, I'm leaving the lobby. Well, then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to another lobby. I'm gonna start up a new game.
same shit.
You have to wait 7 minutes. I was like, fucking 7 minutes. It's like, fuck this game. I turned the whole fucking PS4 off.
For me, it was the community of that game is so
It's
fucking
like,
toxic.
because I didn't want to play with spammers. I haven't touched the game since. But it looks so tempting sometimes.
I would not touch that game again. If I were you. That right there should have been your moment to be like, you know what, maybe I shouldn't get this game again. Yeah. I hated it when you'd be dealing with someone who tried to guard break you off of a cliff, and you'd counter guard break them off the cliff, and then they would spam in chat like calling me a piece of shit, but they tried to do the piece of shit first. I hate that. I hate that. If you're gonna be a dick, if you're gonna be a dick in a game, I get it. That's cool. But if I do it back and you get mad, fuck you.
Off.
You have a tiny dick.
You guys haven't been playing games long enough.
I have been playing games for a while,
Oh, shit.
but I'm a salty little bitch about that shit.
Lobbies.
If you're trying to be a dick and it's for fun, I'm cool with it, man. But
Man, they are red band.
don't knock it out if
They
you can't
do
take
nothing
it.
but
That's
Been
stupid.
playing multiplayer since Battlefield 1942.
CP's troll gets
but
it.
like, man, console lobbies are different, okay?
Fuck your mom.
They got
Amen.
aimbot.
It's the same shit.
They
It's
got
the
all
same
this
fucking
shit.
shit, man.
I'm like, what? Why?
There's, got called out to be supposedly cheating.
Oh yeah, I mean, I
You
get
hear
called
console
out
players
cheating.
just be like, I mean, on Call of Duty
And I
for
just
now,
it.
and
Yeah, it would
I
be
can tell the
fun to
difference
put
now
a-
between someone hacking and someone just using aimbot with fucking.
Still allowing PC and console players to play.
It's such a
The
dude. I can
trend,
tell
yeah.
a whole lobby if I'm playing against
can
console.
too.
They are. It's
My
not
frames
fair.
will drop
Oh,
for
For
no
them.
reason.
It's
I'm
not.
like, why my frames are
Oh
dropping?
yeah, it also like balances like our shit. So if we're in a console game, it's like our frames go lower to balance it out. It's like
Mm.
I don't know, but man,
it feels that way. It really
it
does.
feels like that. You've been
It really does.
with all these.
I
And
just
you're
don't
just the
understand
only-
why I can't turn that feature off. Like I don't want to play with
Cross
console
flat?
players. Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
No,
But
Call of Duty, because Call of Duty is a console
Like
game.
Apex. Oof, yeah. Apex did that though. Apex has this where you can
Yeah,
still turn
Apex
things
not played. That's
Apex was a new game and they had that.
skill base you
You
with.
gotta have a
PC.
video game like a Battlefield 60-player maps, you know.
Oh.
To live on a PC.
Yeah, but if Battlefield would get their fucking head out of their ass and put a new good game out,
Next
I would play the shit out of it.
good feeling about that.
Yeah.
I do as well,
This one
but
looks good.
I'm gonna be hesitant
If
though.
they make it modern day,
Oh.
oh yeah, everyone's gonna
Like
be
I
on
that was
shit.
I played more Battlefield than I played Call of Duty. I would love a new Battlefield to
And
come out
that's why
better, but
Battlefield
right now
is
Call of
so
Duty's ruining the
good
shooting world.
usually, But
So-
it's the ones you guys said that suck because they take their time making them instead of Call of Duty. Once
That's
push it
why
out
that's why
every-
Battlefield fell down was they tried to sit in the same
They're trying
they tried to
keep
play
up
the
with
same game.
Madden and shit.
And they should never have done that.
They're basically the new like Call of Duty is. That's what seems like
They can
every
tell
year
you
they gotta
that
come out
GTA
with
6.
another.
Okay, but you guys are talking about two different things. He is a publisher, not a developer.
Yeah.
Okay, they make their own Madden and bullshit like that.
Yeah,
They don't make Battlefield.
No.
No,
That's
yeah.
not-
But it's just
yeah. I know that. You're
Yeah.
saying like it's like Call of Duty, bro. It's
No,
like
so
they,
Call of
they
Duty-
literally call another Call of Duty, and then every year, like why?
Yeah, Call of
It's
Duty
just like
started
another
they
two
were the ones
games
that
for Madden.
started that ideal. Like
Like
and then Battlefield fell out.
You guys not seen Activision CEO?
It's a piece of shit.
well, you seen him. The CEO is himself. No.
He has to make his next millions. He
Oh,
Yeah. It's the same it's the same EA ideal. We want to just put out content.
As soon as they don't give a shit about any of us.
No. EA CEO was quoted saying, I'd love to see games in the future where you're in a shooter, shooting at someone, and when you run out of ammo, you have to spend money to get another clip.
Yep.
That is an EA ideal.
Yep.
They literally quoted a CEO saying that. It is still there.
Yep.
And if you look on companies in the world, any company doing anything, oil stock, throw in oil. EA is in the top 10 most hated companies, up above some companies doing oil. Like,
Yep.
if
Damn.
that doesn't say something about you buying their content, I don't know what does. But fuck EA, I'm not buying their shit. I want them to die in a ground
If it's
and be forgotten.
If it's a Dice made game
for BioWare.
just because
Ugh.
I love Dice.
That's
I
fair.
love Battlefield.
So Dice is like
Dice made Battlefield. They made Mirror's Edge. They made the newer Need for Speeds.
After those have been
so
really
they're
good.
like
I don't
the
fuck with
small
racing games,
company.
though.
from EA.
I used to, but I
Yeah.
don't
So-
I'm
anymore.
shit at car
Okay.
games. Never been good at those.
Man, the best racing game I ever played was on fucking
But yeah,
DS.
they-
I had
they're
that
the ones
game.
that-
I was
I could never do
whipping
it.
ass on that shit,
It's a good shit.
and it was a
Yeah.
3 game too.
The good shit. Fuck EA.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I
Definitely.
wish there was.
They've ruined enough companies that I liked.
I wish there
Where-
was another company big enough. I wish Microsoft would buy them. Actually,
Dead Space 3, never gonna happen.
Microsoft would buy Dice. We would see
Oh.
so much awesome shit.
Man,
Mhm.
Yeah, but good luck for them to be able to buy a DICE from EA.
We don't know when their contracts.
EA's not gonna let DICE go.
We don't know when their
That's
contracts.
okay. No way, dude. EA would buy their contract back for more. The only thing that EA has right now that people are hyped about is the next Madden, the next 2K, the next Dragon Age.
You guys see Madden's on Steam?
I think
You
so.
guys didn't see that?
No,
Everybody look it up. Madden's on fucking Steam.
that's nuts. I mean, if that doesn't say something about EA either, that's crazy.
21 on Steam.
Say fuck EA one more
I mean,
time.
them say I knew about this. Like
Fuck
they
EA.
released
That was for you,
Apex
Bistro.
on Steam.
That was just
Yeah.
for you. I hate that
I mean,
company.
them say I already knew. I was like, oh shit. So EA releasing shit on different platforms
Yeah,
now.
but Madden had been on Steam. Madden had been on PC.
I'll send it in the
Oh
comments.
shit.
2002 or something.
Oh
Yeah.
damn.
Wow.
Yeah, they were
We're
saying.
realizing PC is bigger than console now.
Yeah.
We're finally winning Master Race, people.
I mean, if you really look at it, like, I was on console for a while, man. If there was ever anybody arguing, which was I was on one side, and someone came in and said PC Master Race, I'd get pissed, but there's nothing I could say to change it. There isn't. There still isn't anything a console player can say to change that, because it's true. They're just playing lower end PCs.
How do you
They're
play
playing
Madden
affordable
on
lower end
PC?
PCs.
The keyboard mouse.
Damn.
They can plug up a keyboard mouse. Got no settings on
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Sony, if Sony finds out you're not using a keyboard or mouse in relation to their keyboards and mouses, you can get banned.
What?
Your Sony account can actually get banned.
See?
Yes. No, so Sony, yeah.
So this is why.
Fact
Sony's
check me if you
going
want, but I remember this shit, and I'm
Correct.
that's crazy to me.
And you know, the other reason is because Microsoft bought up all these other companies. So as soon as their contracts are up with Sony for whatever next game they agree to,
God, did the day
shit on Sony.
Dice gets bought up by Microsoft, I'm getting throwed like fucking drunk. I will celebrate
Yeah, that's
that.
gonna be a good
That's like isn't it Bethesda that recently just got bought by? Yeah, I'm ecstatic that Bethesda got bought.
I
Like,
wonder if Todd Howard still has a job.
oh, I hope. Next podcast, I will have you a list of topics for that. Next, write it down. Todd Howard. Just put Todd Howard.
I'm a huge
Right
Bethesda
there.
fan. I gotta pick on it every year.
What did you want me to put?
Just put Todd Howard. I don't care how you spell it. We'll know it.
Back Tater and over here and
Oh.
over years. Been going since 2004.
Yeah, I haven't gotten a good Quake, but I've been a part of Bethesda since
Bethesda has been a part of ZeniMax Studios since 2000, or well, since Fallout 3. I don't know what year. When Fallout 3 came out. And ZeniMax Studios owns Quake, Doom, Bethesda, then all the games they make in between. And the Dishonored shit, whoever the fuck makes that, I forget what.
I can't remember that one either.
But yeah, when they have QuakeCon, it's a huge event for all of them. It's not just about Quake, you know.
Yeah,
So it's a huge event for all of those.
wasn't it like technology as well too, like PCs and stuff like that. You were showing that.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, everybody will bring their shit,
Uh,
and people got stupid shit.
yeah. No, you showed us a ton of
Oh,
like
yeah.
PCs that were built through that.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
nuts.
It's great.
I would love to be able to go to one in the future for sure.
So
So
yeah,
yeah,
I'm hoping if one of us gets kicked off before the summer,
yeah.
if they actually have QuakeCon, I'm hoping we can
Oh.
all go. Like
Oh,
all.
I would.
It ain't gonna be this year.
Dude,
They ain't doing it this year.
motherfuckers need to straighten up,
That's
right?
it.
COVID ain't making that bullshit. We're gonna be walking around with hard-ons at QuakeCon. Yeah, right.
Like, damn, it's been a year.
It's because the company that's making it's Viagra and shit.
I mean, I don't know. But it's
What are we at time-wise on our podcast?
we're good.
We're good?
We're
We're all starting to wind down a little bit too. So, what are you guys thinking?
I'm thinking Bonds yawn too much.
He's not jumping in anymore.
I think honestly, he's just put a copy picture of where he is that's not
Yeah.
moving.
Yeah.
He's just like walked off and gone.
Dude, I've just been scrolling through some threads, so I'm just been
Yeah.
chilling, listening to you guys.
Bringing up
so.
the information, yeah. You find
Well,
anything
like you guys
interesting?
went on a whole EA tangent. I'm just
Oh.
like, well, I just don't even like EA or
Yeah.
four.
Yeah.
I'm sure everything we were saying was agreeable to you. So
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff there, and it's like you pretty much hit it on the nails. And
yeah,
like I said, I've never really been a huge fan of EA. The only games that I liked by them recently were Battlefield 3, Mirror's Edge, Star Wars
Recently?
Battlefront 2.
recently,
Those are pretty much
as
the-
recent as you can.
as recent as I could go.
You're talking like Battlefront 2, we were like 10.
Yep.
Oh, and that game will never
I
be as
like
good as it was.
Underneath that,
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was looking at it earlier. He's got a Battlefront poster.
it's actually the skin for a PS2.
Oh. Well, I say we wrap it up here.
Okay.
I think it was a good one. Todd Howard's definitely next podcast.
Oh,
That's
Is it
happening.
Todd?
We're doing that.
God, Howard. We
You said Todd or Tom?
you
Todd Howard.
Todd
Todd.
Put
Howard.
He's
Todd
just an
Howard.
ambitious little man.
fucking supposedly gaming PC bitch doesn't know who the fuck God Howard is.
For everybody watching,
Gasp.
thank you guys.
Yep.
We're
Fine.
moving up.
See you guys later.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Thursday podcast.
Thank you guys for
tune in
watching
that
us.
shit.
Tune in for
If I
Thursday.
can Get everybody in here. Thursday podcast for
Hell,
sure.
I'll come back. I'll get
Shit, you guys call.
I mean, Whiskey will be here for sure, but I know Jim.
I'll chill. I'll chat with Whiskey. I saw the podcast last time. He seemed chill as fuck. If I can sit here and make do with my steps, like the step side of my family, who are all truck drivers, well more right wing than you guys are, I'll be okay. We'll be fine.
Yeah, they haven't opened up yet.
That's okay. I promise you, as long
They're
as they're
just
not sitting
dipping
here
their
saying
toes in.
words
We've
that aren't
done the
banned on
whole
Twitch,
thing.
we'll get along.
I'll say this before we leave. This should get everybody riled up. Today, my brother told me he doesn't see any difference with Trump not leaving the White House and
I'm just sad for him.
wait, and the Democrats saying that Trump's not their president when he was elected. He doesn't see any difference in between anything that's going on
Well,
now
yeah, it's just all denial.
Oof.
and anything that happened did.
Oof.
I like tore his asshole out.
Oof.
It was,
There is nothing I can have there except for pity for him. And I don't view pity as like a. I
That's
look at
pretty
something
much
with
it.
pity. I do not view it as
That's how I
something you
would
should
put
give people. Don't pity me. Don't ever pity me, but I pity him.
yeah.
I don't want
Poor
pity.
soul.
I'll take sympathy. I will never take pity. I pity that man.
don't pity pussy the vampire, and we will
We'll see you guys Thursday.
time.
It didn't happen this time, so yeah, it's fair. I'll have to go redo all of my profile pictures to be more pale.
Bye, guys.
You guys all have a great night. Thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching.